When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky.
Floating through the clouds, a light emerges from beneath the sand. Please don't take me, 'cause seems so far away. Across the universe, she lives another day. I know the reason she stays. I know the reason she's so far away. I know the reason she stays. go home. Let me run from everything we have done. And it takes us one more step to fall. We go home. Let me run from everything we have done. And it takes us one more step. We go home. Reason shift hands. We go home. Reason shift so far away. We go home. Reason shift hands. We go home. Reason shift. Another reason shift hands. Another reason shift so far away. Another reason shift hands. Another reason shift so far away.
Hello, hello. I hope everybody is having a great day. My name is Clay Same. I'm having a great day, and I hope Taylor's having a great day. I know we're starting this off a little bit differently. I don't usually do all the introductions, but I'm usually by myself. But now this time we've got Taylor, but Toronto Rivals with Waves Gaming bringing you another Toronto exclusive tournament, not exclusive tournament, but tournament here nonetheless. I know I'm scuffing this intro up just a little bit, but been a hot minute since I've done it with somebody, but we got Taylor, somebody's gun here. Taylor, how you feeling?
Hey, what's up, Clay? Thank you. You did a wonderful job for the introduction. Don't worry about it. I'm doing wonderful. I hope you're ready for an awesome cast here today. I'm excited to be here casting with you. I know you said this is typically by yourself. Let's hope I'm an upgrade and not a downgrade here for you.
Yeah, well, it used to be. My apologies. Did cast Amplify a lot, but now bringing in Taylor, somebody's gun. Okay, that's his name right there. Somebody's gun. And no O's, no nothing. Just somebody's gun on Twitter. I know it's normally below us, but you can't see it. But again, thank you for everybody for showing up. If you look in the chat, you already see people doing the awesome commands. We got award pool command, an automated esports management system where you can set up tournaments, brackets, matches, and more. Check out their website. They're helping out here today. Of course, it put on in production with Waves Gaming. Obviously, they help sponsor a portion of the prize pool, or if not all of it, I believe. There, and always in partnership with Toronto Fortnite, as well as Zowie, putting in some awesome peripherals there. I mean, hey, the Divinia mouse pad's up for grabs, but apparently that's pretty rare. So, competitors, I really hope they are making their best efforts here today.
Yeah, Clay, it's looking good for these guys. Some solid prizes. And let's kind of talk about the placement structure, the scoring system, and what these guys are going to be playing with today, because we've been hopping from tournament to tournament. I know the competitive season just started, and we're now in the midst of it. So what do we got here for our scoring system today, and what kind of games do you expect to see?
So this would be a very interesting scoring system. First time I've seen it myself live with my own two eyes. First of all, eliminations are going to be worth 1 point. So right out the bat, 1 point per elimination. This is trios, so if you get to top 25 through top 21, you're going to get 3 points. 16th through 20th, you're going to get 5 points. 11th through 15th, you're going to get 10 points. 10th place, you're going to get 15, and that's going to jump up to 17 points for 9th place. 8th place is going to get 20 points there, and 7th place, now 22 points. 6th place, going to be 24. 5th place, going to be 26. 4th place, going to be 28. 3rd place, going to be 30. 2nd place, going to be 35. And 1st place, going to be 40 points for the Victory Royale. So it is very, very, very placement heavy here today. And that I think is going to be conducive to a lot of these players playing more for the end game. Right? A 15 elimination 25th place is not as worth now, right? That would only be like a 9th place finish. I think people definitely going to be more focused today on going for the placement. We'll see. Sometimes it always turns out a little differently, but there are only 5 games today because we had to push it back due to the solo cash cup. We didn't want to interfere with that. So 5 games instead of 6. Maybe see a little bit different play style towards that 5th game.
Oh yeah, we should definitely see some stacked lobbies here towards the end game. The placement structure is definitely skewed towards trying to survive as long as you can. And I know it's on everyone's minds, man. You know, where do you land? Do you go for the caddy loot or do you land somewhere else? Do you try to relax? What are you thinking, Clay? What's your game plan if you're in this tournament today?
Well, my trio likes to land at Frenzy Farm, but I don't know. We got some big trios in there. Colorful trio looking to do really well. If Paperclip trio is playing, they have a good chance. But Caddy is just so strong. We all know it. Everybody on Twitter is here. Everybody on Twitter is there telling us the Shockwave launcher is OP, right? I mean, I don't think I've seen a single person think the Shockwave launcher competitively is not OP. And I agree. So I think if you're not prioritizing that, or at least the grappler, you're already at a disadvantage. But it's not impossible to win, right? You can win games without it. You just got to be very careful late game. But I don't know. I think just whatever you've been practicing, I think changing up drop spots per mythic weapons and how you feel about them is really, really hard to do on the fly. I don't think it's definitely advisable to players, especially as we're really about to start these matches up. But before we get into the match, which it did start, I want to talk about what you need to do to place in the money. It is first through third. Third place is going to get a Zowie bungee for each, I believe, each member of the trio. Second place is going to get $200 Canadian and Zowie mouse pads. It's the Divinias. Again, those are really rare now, I think, because of the issues of everybody being at home wanting the game. And then first place is going to get $300 Canadian and Zowie mice. So games have started up. I believe we are going to hop in here. We are, however, using the in-game spectator client because we are produced by Ward Legends, so shout out to them. Shout out to the producer Paul in the background doing all this for us. So we're going to use that in-game spectator client. It's going to be awesome to be able to see everything that's happening this time around.
And here we go, jumping into the battle bus. We're seeing where everyone's going to land. We just talked about it. What is your strategy for this game? Are you deciding to go for the drop you've been landing for a while, or now we're going to test out something new, try and get some mythic loot here? Does seem like we have a nice spread. I really like this view here that the spectator client gives us. Get to see that beautiful spread, and wow, it appears the team's going to be walking into Authority all by themselves. That's going to be powerful to start off this game here, Clay.
Yeah, Authority already not contested. Salty Springs not getting contested as well. You do see Caddy does have a team landing at that weather station, and there is all those henchmen down there as we swap over here. Actually, the Lazy Turka going to take down Straw Hat Charlie, a big competitor, going down, and the shakedown is going to ensue. That's a very big elimination, and you see him looking for those other players there. That elimination going to be so valuable as you see Saki nearby. All these players nearby as his team going down in this basement. They've split Lazy, but they've already picked up one elim of a very, very big trio. As we see Colorful and Lyricin going down as well. We're going to swap over to the yacht, which I believe this is maybe where the fight was happening. It's actually happening elsewhere. The big shark going to take him down. Isolate is going to try to hide out there. Doesn't have a gun, but Bucky has to try to clutch it up here. I don't think he's going to be able to. Trying to go back in the vault. This is actually rickety rig. Well, my apologies there on the call. Bucky is going to get one player down. Isolate is still there. I believe they have one more player to find out before they're able to capitalize on this. But a very hectic fight to begin with. But this guaranteed launch pad causing the fight to ensue.
Yeah, these guys look like they're just going to be trading a res here. Each player is going to be able to get up their teammate, maybe not. Oh no! Quickly goes down right before. That was about 8-9 seconds in, and that fight changed so quickly. We saw Isolate with no positions. Now we're switching over. Red getting dropped. Straw Hat Charlie and his trio now looking like they're on the back foot. They're not as strong as they started off. There was another trio here in Lazy Lake. Bronos not able to turn this fight around. He's trying to get out of here, disengage, and down he goes.
Turka and their trio looking very, very good here out of the gate, taking over Lazy Lake. Got to be careful. They have someone coming in nearby. We're hopping over here to ETB, Frist, and the Big D at Caddy Corner. They have secured it. ETB says, you know what? I'm not even going to split. Okay, he was going to split up. I was going to say be a little selfish there, giving that Caddy loot for himself, but he's going to find some coconuts. He's going to go ahead and eat them up there, as you see Acreon nearby as well. Shots are coming through, though, onto Rexius. He is in a bad spot at the Fortia. Shots are continuing to come through, and he's going to go down. AJFN going to be the one to do it as we swap over here to Crafty, as McCanada trying to run away. That's no McDonald's there, as he's trying to find any sort of heals he can. As Rapid coming through, Chicken coming through. We've got the whole crew here. Crafty, though, is going to have enough matches to box up. The P90 is out. The SMG there, but the shotgun going to be better, and he's taking too much damage, and is going to go down. McCanada and Crafty both falling to Chicken.
Another squad. We're seeing these early game fights. So much action going on. These guys are trying to take out a shark here. The limited POIs and split drops are now going to cause these fights to go on in the early game. We see a lot more players dying off the rip than we normally would. And now we're tuning in here with our team on the outskirts of the Authority. We saw this team, looks like Zevs, Ravanes, and Deox inside the Authority. They probably think they have this all to themselves. They're not worried about another team coming in here. And these guys might be able to sneak them and grab this Authority loot plus those mythic weapons by just being patient and waiting for the right shot.
The issue is being down that player. Don't know if they grabbed the reboot card. That's why they're kind of skirting around the outside here. Need to be careful with alerting these entrants. These players are going to know now, hey, that shot was taken outside. Got to be careful. Sunny going to go down there to Cowboys, because that was a quick elimination. Seems like it wasn't even a knock, as now ETB and company going to be contested. Paperclip and his teammates are here. His shot's going to come through. The beam going to connect there. ETB hitting all their shots. There's more coming through there from the teammates, trying to find everybody, trying to get control of the situation. Players being dropped down. ETB has the shockwave launcher, can get into boxes if they need to, but is not going that aggressive. Paperclip here on the back foot wall. Oh, going to be taken here. We'll see. No edit going to come through. ETB not going to get boxed up. Did not fall for that one. His Paperclip trying to get back towards his teammate Acorn there in the box as well. They need to get together. Acorn trying to heal up. Paperclip trying to buy the time. The shields are being popped. Now the aggressive play from them can come through. ETB, though, with the shot. Acorn going to go down. ETB in a box. That's not his, but he's making it his. As Paperclip, the last remaining member there, trying to go out the door and trying to open the opportunity for the reboots, maybe, and to stay alive just a little bit. He does launch pad away. Paperclip now going to be chased down, though, and I think this is going to be him falling to ETB and his trio.
Oh yeah, Paperclip has no shot here. These guys are being so aggressive, trying to clean up this fight, and they quickly do. We see that caddy launcher. They recycle that launch pad, hop right on top of Paperclip, and pick up the elim. That's showing off that, you know, I have the caddy loot. This is mine. We'll see how this turns out for the next game as we now turn over to Nate Owen Missy. As he's in an engagement out here in the open, these guys are now trying to get their bearings on them. Looking at Yoon, not taking shots. DFC Silver blocking back over there. Now we see the whole view of this engagement going on. 2 versus 3. We can't see the third teammate. Does look like Nate and Laundry are going to be backing off. It looks like both teams are trying to disengage here. Not looking to take this early game engagement. Kind of just a fight of coincidence rather than purpose.
A very great point there. And they decided, even though coincidence met, it's not too much to back away. That's something that we'll hopefully see more of as we see 73 players. So we get to second zone there. We could have a little bit of storm surge. Maybe in a half in, half out. We'll see it there. As we swap over here to Ravanes, we do see that mythic grappler there. A little bit different this time around, right? We got the auto redeploy, so it's not as strong, but still very, very strong compared to the other mythics, right? The Fortia mythics I don't really see much value in them. But in trios, that Chug Jug is very OP. And you see, this trio doesn't even want the drum gun. That is how most competitive players have felt about it. They just feel like it's pretty much useless compared to a rapid fire SMG or a normal SMG that's upgraded to that compact variant. You do have a nice dual perspective here. Hap down by what used to be Weeping Woods here in a fight. Walsh down below as well. You saw shots come through, but now the pinch is coming through. Stacky coming through. Wall trying to get taken, but the entire trio's there. Hap is going to get boxed here if he doesn't get out, but unfortunately the fish was not able to get caught there in favor of Hap. Walsh is going to get tagged up there by Hap. Continued pressure here going to come through. We see an elimination come through in the feed. Hap continuing to pressure. This trio is not doing much to get the game back in their favor as they're trying to just run away, but at some point you've got to just start to fight because they're going to start to take control over everything. As you see another Ilium going through as well as going to go through, but they're not in their own boxes. Hap being tagged up very, very weak, and he is going to go down. A big misplay. They went too far in. They got too aggressive, and the defense turned into offense as the shots continue to come through. Stacky's teammate is going to fall as well. Now Stacky has to play a 2v1 situation here as Yoon falling as well. Continued drop down from the players down below. That player one shot is going to go down. Walsh will fall. Stacky, can he do it? Can he clutch up? Edits coming through. Ball's being broken in place just at the right time. Loads coming off, and the situation is turned from dire into just a little bit less. There are stops coming up through. Stacky, though, he can hit for a lot, but he beams him there, and the siphon is enough to keep him alive.
What a clutch there by Stacky taking over. They almost lost that fight from being in such a good position to pinching that team to then all being stuck in the opponent's boxes. It was not how you want it to draw it up, but you know, at the end of the day, they walk out of there victorious, hopefully able to hit the reboot there and then get on to their next engagement or get some more placement points. Is Acreon shaking? Oh, nope. Looks like we're just holding them here. We're hanging out with this player, trying to get as much Storm Surge as possible. We see that's a solid strategy to hold the player, whether that be shake them or pick them up so they can get the full sniper a headshot onto these players. Smart play. Now we're tuning into another fight here with the Big D, Frist, and ETB. This is our caddy team. They're chasing, trying to take on more engagements, looking to fight people to the north of Misty Meadows. As they cross the lake, they're now pinching this team, all looking to get different angles, searching for the right shots, looking to constantly put pressure on. These guys are now continuing to back off. Oh, and more shots come in. That player's cracked. Big D cracks one player. We see them now going to continue to push. Tress is now going to have difficulties. He does get down. He's cracked. He's down to 50 HP. These players are now all in shambles. ETB and squad are now forcing the issue here.
And they're doing it very well, just constantly getting the tags and then moving forward. Not trying to get too aggressive, not filling in boxes that aren't there. As you see, Blasian going to go down to the feed as well. Nice builds here from Big D. Is going to maintain high ground there. With the side step is continued pressure from all around coming through. But Frisk all of a sudden down very, very low in boxes that are not his. But while they were playing very well, they hopped into boxes that weren't theirs. And now they're getting punished. Frisk tagged up a lot there. Down to about 75 effective HP as the RPGs coming through. They need to calm down. They need to reset this fight. There's a few shots from Big D come through. You need to be careful. The RPGs are raining fire from above. Five going aggressive. We see ETB go in with that shockwave launcher. Frisk is going to take down one, and now the fight is in their favor fully. A 2v3 scenario to be able to clean it on up as shots are coming through onto the high ground. Five is going to go down there to ETB, and now just one player remaining. Frisk trying to find them on out there, and they have found him. Lanny just on the other side of the wall. They shoot that wall, and they know exactly where he is. Lanny trying to run away. The build's coming through the stairs over the top. Not going to protect him. The compact SMG spray just too much. They're just too powerful. I think this is going to be Lanny getting eliminated, and it is. He ends up going down there to E2E.
Another Elim for these guys, just walking around trying to make everyone fall into their will. These guys are showing off and taking names while they're doing so, just racking them up in the kill feed. We see 59 players remaining, still a ton left. There's still more to be played, and we talked about, are you going to play the placement? Are you going to play for some elims? And these guys clearly want to use their loot to go for some eliminations. Now Apollo up on this high ground, with his trio chilling up above. These guys are in a great position here for this zone. They have vision of the entire area, looking around. They can see where players are rotating to and from, and it's going to really help them through the rest of the game. Even if they don't get zones, they're going to be fully knowledgeable about where the remaining players are, and Apollo is just going to continue to take shots here. I mean, who cares? Maybe you hit one, maybe you get an elim, and then you can scoop up some more some elimination points here. You never know. It's always worth taking the shots. Just got to be careful not to get sniped yourself.
Even if they do end up getting sniped themselves, they're so far above players. A launch pad would have to come out, so a lot would need to be invested to finish off the elimination and confirm it. It'd be very, very hard pressed to get eliminated there, even if you got sniped. So that's I think why they're peeking so heavily. They know, hey, we're on a mountain. It takes a lot to get to us, so we're just going to keep peeking. As we swap over, we do see Roy going down there to Silver, as Jergs, Photon, and Aura are rotating through. Radiant Silver, though, now aggressive again. They did take down Roy's Stretch Fan here. Again, this was a trio that lost a duo early, and now they're getting aggressive onto other trios, and that's what they need. They need people to be afraid of them that are nearby. They can't worry about it. As we do see Swift right nearby in the bush. This is very, very strong in this chapter. With this charged shotgun, people walk up, just one charge to the face, and you are eliminated. Acrean going to go down, though. Tony falling as well. Again, placement points start to come in at top 25. So we see top 22. There's not another set of placement points. So everybody that goes down right now is earning 3 points for their placement. As we see Coda getting elimination. Thrills going down as well. Coda is going to get another 2 eliminations. We move over to Katsui here as they're in a fight, trying to build out there, trying to make that space there for their teammate Turka. As chug splashes may be used here, Katsui was very, very low, just right near that mountain that we talked about. As Jergs is going to go down as we swap away from him. As Trentman going to get tagged up very, very low. A lot of spray coming through. Turka trying to get involved here, trying to spray back, but essentially a non-factor here in this fight.
Yeah, Trentman just coming in after a big day in the Cash Cup here. These guys now have one of the players knocked, doing some emoting, celebrating a little bit, letting the other players know who the dominant trio is. Turka, Trentman, and Katsui have been absolutely aggressive during these games. Two squad wipes here out of Lazy Lake, and then we see them grab another elim coming out here. Swift G, our bush guy, now trying to just stay alive here, make it work. He's being chased by those 2 we saw earlier. He didn't necessarily have to give up his position. I don't think they would have known, but now Swift has to make something happen here. He's all by himself, and these 2 players simply know he is a solo. He can either get out of there, but the more he moves, the more other players are going to know that he's alone and then likely get pushed by them. Swift now trying to make plays on the Stretch Fan. Does hit a 114 on him, but he takes some tags himself, trying to hold down this fight. He doesn't have much time, no builds, and quickly goes down. These 2, Stretch Fan and Silver, wrapping up this fight, grabbing another elim.
And another solo that we need to talk about, Nate Claire playing with Yoon and Silver there, does have a pepper, but with essentially 45 builds and very low ammo, I don't think he's got much in him, but this pepper will allow a little bit of movement there in that late game. He's able to get there, still in this little mid-game, early to mid-game area. That's going through the Big D, almost getting a big surprise charge to the face, and it's going to work out. That player going to go down. The Big D was not expecting that, but hindsight, not able to make it happen. And you know what they say? They say hindsight is always 20/20, and it may be hindsight's year.
Waiting patiently for that elim, but unfortunately that whole trio's together. They're able to wrap that up. We see Trentman now, looks like they were able to get another knock. Katsui, whether it be the nades or some tags on these players out in the open, now looking to try and get some extra angles, possibly go for extra shots, or there's more loot. Now he's looking for some angles here down on those players below. They were able to get that full elim onto the knock. We see Trentman looking around, but these guys now might be finally settling down, looking to play for placement, or they're just choosing their new target.
And it's going to be a hard target to choose because look at where this zone is going. It is going off the mountain. Nobody is safe. We're playing edge. of the map, and we know Fortnite likes to go into the water. We may see some swimming on that moving zone here as we see everybody start to move down. Nate Claire going to be one of the last players to move down, and this is really good as a solo because it allows you just to recycle all these builds. And you see now everybody moving in front of him. Nate Claire is going to move. He's now making a beautiful opportunity there for himself to stay alive as we swap over back to Ketsu and their team. Already on 6 eliminations, chug splashes are going to be used. They do have stink grenades in their inventory. Look at the zone. Everybody is hugging that edge there. Nobody wanting to go down because we know that if you go down, eventually you got to come back up. And not everybody's going to launch pad here like AJN as you see the bug in his inventory there. Multiple fights happening around. Shameful going to go down to the big T. Shark to take down who is Zoo. TV there's Blasian now trying to stay alive. He was knocked earlier, but able to come back alive there. The revive, the reboot did come through, and ETB and his team going to allow him to rotate for now. Frisk does see him, but not able to capitalize on the shots.
Just look at this lobby. Everyone is stacked up in one line on the edge of Storm here. Nobody wants to be that one team that decides to go down below and pray for the zone to pull towards that water here. We know we're about to get 50-50. We're going to see where this pulls, and then the whole lobby will act accordingly. Most players will move quickly, and we're going straight out into the water, Clay. This is literally just a straight water zone. Good luck to these players. I don't want to be in this game.
And I said it. I said, you know Fortnite likes those water zones, and here we go, a full water zone. This is going to be very interesting to see how players play. Luckily, we all know now it's very easy to build on the waters, but nades and stink bombs are going to be very hard to avoid in these water areas. It's going to be very hard to tell where that grid space is and whether or not you are on top of a grenade or not. Speaking of grenades, we have Apollo here on your screen with 6 of them. They do have a team down below looking like they're going to look for that launch pad. You see the edit coming through. Team is looking for it there. Actually trying to do the little Dorito cone edit there and look through that cone, but a little bit. Actually, crash pad coming through his teammate using him. This is the first time we've seen them really competitively. This is the first season they've been in as Daniel can't see. Unfortunately, going to go down there to the zone. Is another crash pad going to be used? These are similar to shockwaves, but they're not as strong. You see crash pads continuing to come through. They're just trying to rotate without using any mats there. Oh, gonna get tagged up just a little bit on the crash pad. That's the downside of them. Is using them, you are very, very vulnerable. You can really not shoot. You can't build in the air. You see more shots coming on through. Deox on your screen. It's just going to be aggressive onto a player. Doesn't even care. 48 builds and he needs to get in. Shots are coming through all around. 58 HP. Going to start to get third party. He's on the other side. His team is not with him going down. Nate owns Misty. We're very far from it. We'll see if Nate's able to own this box right now. As Deox going on in. No, is holding the charge out. Box not going to come through the wall. Not going to be taken in charge after charge. His team is going to come in, though. A shot's coming through from behind, and he gets lasered down. But nothing as the moving zone start. It's going to be a very bad spot here for them as Vane trying to just stay alive. RPG's coming through. Triple spray coming through. 31 builds. He needs to try to hide. That's exactly what he's trying to do. But Nao's Missy is still there. The target that they initially went onto is still there, and they want that elimination. They want something to show for it.
The lobby has decided, Nate, it's your time. Unfortunately, everyone is focusing you. He's trying to get out of there, trying to make plays. He does drop the launch pad, but not in time. This zone is now going to pull straight across water. We're going to see it on the edge of a cliff here. So we'll have a couple people that are going to be able to late pad, possibly get on the edge of that cliff. You're not really going to have anywhere to land if you're padding. So the later, the better in this. And a nice play by ETB. These guys are going to look to keep the high ground as they have that caddy launcher. This is going to be a great play. They tarp ahead while the other players follow behind. You split this zone. Era maybe looked to contest him, but quickly decided that was not a good idea. These guys had it covered. The Big D up on ultimate height. ETB continuing to stay ahead of zone, and Frisch just putting shots down on everyone here in this lobby. ETB double dinks that player. That's a lot of shield down.
A lot of shield down and a lot of ammo being thrown down there as well. You heard Compact SMG. They're getting chopped down, though. They got to be careful about that. be already on it, connecting back to the hill, perfectly playing this photon going down. Bucky, though, with his teammate, has a chance to make it up towards this high ground. I think they did look towards it earlier. Shots coming through. Bucky was second height. Now he's going to get focused from above and below, phasing on through, walking through the walls. He's going to go down, unfortunately, not able to make it happen. B-Man, now the last remaining hope for the trio, is JC going down as well. A lot of damage being done all around the map, and he's trying to just make it happen. Does have a launch pad, is going to launch. Is going to flirt a little bit with high ground there. It needs to be careful. Does dodge it just well enough to stay alive. 9th place coming through. ETB, though, now on 5 eliminations there with this trio. As more shots are continuing to come through here for them. They've secured it. It's going up and out. This should be a very easy victory round for them. But all of a sudden, they've lost high ground. But they do have the shockwave, and this is textbook from ETB. The team went for the build battle. ETB went on up, and they've secured the high ground.
Now we see Frist, Trentman battling down below. ETB taking down the high ground. Now this is all his. He is holding the high ground. Frist is able to make it back up to him. These guys are controlling this game, able to take over this height, and as the zone now continues to go adjacent, it's not going up the mountain, so not a huge deal for the teams down below. Oh, and Frist does get tagged up. Those are some big shots coming in. He goes down to 72 HP, but able to slow it down. ETB and the Big D right there. These guys are here to help. They're here to support, just like you should as a good teammate. Now ETB clearly going to be the guy that's going to tarp ahead for him. They're splitting the match, sharing the materials. The chaos going down below. ETB, Frist, Big D looking down. This is their game to lose. These guys now just forcing pressure. Down boys taking shots, hitting big ones. Gets Nefty as well.
But he's got to be careful not to go down. His team is right there with him, and it's coming through. This is all their old builds. It's going back. It's going up the mountain, so they got to make a play. B-Man going down. Big Shark and Justin are still alive. 9 eliminations here for them. DJN going down to catch Zooey there. ETB and them still in the lobby. Shots coming through. Doughboy's going to get a nice charge shot there on the Trentman, and they do pick up, I believe it was a mythic charge shotgun there or something. Couldn't really tell as the zone came in. Cowboys though in a bad spot. They have to make their way up. ETB and company are making their way down. Kensui gonna go down. The Big Shark trying to chop on through ETB. Big D and Frisk there. Goes to 3v3, but the HP advantage goes over to ETB. And you see him already down there trying to just keep him down. Both of them gonna go down, and Cowboys now has to make a play of a century. Try to clutch up a 1v3 scenario, and I know that he is. Shot gonna come through. Frisk gonna go down 100 HP. Not able to connect. Zone ticking over, and unfortunately, Frisk is gonna take him down. That shotgun was just a little bit too strong there for them. A very good 14 elimination victory royale there for the Big D.
These guys took over that lobby in late game. They said, from 4th zone onwards, this is my high ground. You guys, if you want it, go ahead, try and contest me. But every single player that tried went down in the feed. We saw them get eliminated. Now they're back in the lobby. ETB, Frist, and Big D taking that victory royale into the first game, and a great start for them in this tourney.
At 14 elimination victory, that is a lot of points there for them. And, it's kind of rang true among, every tournament we've seen. The Caddy team usually does pretty well on high ground, and it usually picks up a victory royale. So I'm not too sure what that means, applying a little bit there that maybe, just maybe, the shockwave launcher may be a little too strong. We'll see how it unfolds through the rest of these. Of course, Weather Station team could start to push in, but very good game there, as well as the second place team. They're almost making up, but that zone, as soon as you have high ground on a mountain zone, it's pretty much over if you're able to just hold the mats out and manage them very, very well. And with that shockwave launcher, ETB was able to go out so far ahead, wasn't worried about being knocked down, was not worried about anything related there. So great game there for them. ETB on top. I'm not surprised. We do have game number 2 coming up. Again, we are using Mayhem, so the scores are going to be a little bit delayed there on that end. They're going to get it all updated for us here, and then we will have it as well. I do want to point out that I did make a mistake, and this is on me. My apologies. They are not the Divinia mousepad. They are the GSR SE mousepads. I believe they're the blue ones. But still, a Zowie mousepad is a Zowie mousepad. They're going to be good no matter what. Wanted to make that clarification there for everybody playing and watching. My apologies there. But again, very good game. Low ground was chaos. High ground was pretty empty, except for that 6th zone. We saw ETB and company actually get challenged.
Yeah, a lot of teams, they saw it going up the elevation. They're like, hey, I need to take a shot at this. It's either time to put up or shut up. And ETB, Frist, and Big D shut everyone up. They said, nah, this is my high ground. But again, we have to give credit to Dow Boys and his team. Those guys absolutely popped off on that low ground. They played the best they can without having that caddy launcher, because on the low ground is absolutely chaotic. For all three of them to stay alive through all of those zones and then it be a complete 3v3 at the end of the game is really impressive. You don't see that often. And, props to those guys for being able to do that. And, while we have a break here, let's just thank the people that are allowing this tournament to happen. So thank you to you players that are participating in this tournament. Again, couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you to Clay for casting alongside me. And then Toronto Fortnite for hosting the tournament. Waves Gaming for partnering with them as well. And then Zowie and Award Pool for putting together some nice sponsorships to allow these kind of events to happen. So thank you to everyone.
Yeah, again, thank you from me. I appreciate it. I'm always here with Toronto Fortnite, but I love seeing new faces here today. Ryan Clare said 6 first game. Now, I may need to call him out because I think Ryan Clare ain't playing today or tonight, whatever you want to call it. But Ryan, I appreciate you watching, but Ryan, why aren't you in these games? We need to get you up in there. Again, 6 first game, ETB and company absolutely dominated. 14 eliminations. It will be up. Mayhem will be updated, but I can tell you already that's going to be a 54-point game there if my math is correct. There, 40 points for the victory royale, 14 points for eliminations. So 54 points already in game number 1. We got 5 games in total, so 4 more to go. We will see the leaderboard here. We're going to wait. I'm going to keep us here. We're not going to go to a break. Me and Taylor, we can talk all day about Fortnite and competitive Fortnite. I want to know, chat, what do you think about the Shockwave launcher? Do you think it is OP? Do you think it's perfectly powered? Or do you think, no, it needs a buff? If you say it needs a buff, I'm going to question you.
I'm sure just because you said that, you'll get a couple people that throw that there in the chat for you, Clay. But nonetheless, like, as powerful as Caddy is, you have to be able to win the drop spot. Everyone knows that it's the best location on the map. But again, if you can't consistently win Caddy Corner, it doesn't matter what kind of loot is there. We saw Zate and Saf and Stretch absolutely dominate Caddy Corner yesterday because they had multiple plans and strategies to be able to land there. They were just better at landing at Caddy Corner than any other team I saw yesterday. So we'll see if anyone, took some notes, understood what these guys did yesterday, and try and implement that towards their strategy here in Caddy. It looks like ETB, Frist, and the Big D have no problems winning Caddy. They took down 2 teams while they were fighting off spawn. I believe one of them happened to be the weather station team skirting in late. I would like to see somebody else take over, a different POI take over, not necessarily Caddy Corner win every game. I'm going to be hard pressed to actually see that happen, though.
We will have to find out if it happens. Again, we got 4 more games to go. We're going to get those leaderboards. It's just going to be a little pop-up here on the screen here for you. Again, this is put on by Toronto Fortnite in partnership with Waves. They've partnered with, as well, Award Pool. If you don't know what Award Pool is, Award Pool, my apologies, not a Whirlpool. Those are currently disabled. Do exclamation point Award Pool in the chat, as well as with Zowie. I believe there may be an exclamation point Zowie command. The winner of today with their trio is going to get $300 Canadian and some Zowie mice. So looking pretty good. I mean, I could use a new mice Zowie if you want to slide into the DMs. I mean, I could use a nice, beautiful new. I'm kidding. We just actually bought a new one. But thank you again to them for helping out with this tournament. Again, thank you to War Legend that allows us to use that in-game beautiful spectator client that you're seeing on your screen. It is so nice to be able to do that and sit back and relax and not have to worry about catching any of the action. It is all done for me. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying the content. I hope everybody here is having a great night and having a great day, wherever you are. Taylor had a great day. I know it. I can feel it just by the way he's smiling over there. I'm having a great day. Game 2 is going to start in about a minute. I want predictions. Chat, who you rooting for, and Taylor, who you rooting for?
All right. Well, since you asked, I don't know. I think I saw Sparebow in here. I think I saw the big bow. Sparebow is someone we've seen. He's the viber. We saw Sparebow vibing out in DreamHack a while ago, and since has been, a pretty prominent member. I'm not saying if they don't win Caddy, they're not necessarily going to win this, but I'm rooting for you. Him and that trio, I hope does well. What about you, Clay?
I am gonna say, I'm gonna go with chat. I'm gonna go with Straw Hat Charlie and Brad. I think they're gonna pop off. Straw Hat Charlie did get elimed off spawn, but we'll see. Right, first game, getting the jitters out, getting the shakes out. Gotta get those nerves out of the gameplay. We'll see. Maybe that game 1 will show true in game 2, and they get eliminated at Lazy Lake. Who knows? We'll see. I think the game 2 has started. We're gonna hop into the battle bus to see where these players are landing. If Authority is going to be contested, if Caddy Corner is going to be contested, I don't know. We'll find out here momentarily. We're going to hop into game number 2 right now.
Here we go. This game 2 action now. Again, seeing this beautiful view. Thank you to War Legend and Quartz for putting on this production. You don't get this every tournament, so, definitely appreciate it when it happens. These guys do a wonderful job. We're seeing the players drop and spread out here. Definitely a solid number of players heading towards Caddy Corner. We'll have to see who actually winds up landing there. And a couple players going towards Fortilla, a few towards Rig. We have a split down here at the bottom south part of the map. And again, we're going to likely see some action here quickly in Lazy Lake. 2 teams taking over, trying to establish dominance within Lazy Lake, show which team can dominate that spot, and we're going right into that action here. Bread, Straw Hat Charlie, and Bronos Fan. Bronos Fan Rion now taking on Turka, Ketsui, trying to find these other players. Trentman's in there in the background. Based on that positioning, I'm going to guess he went for a llama there. It's not a very common drop spot, if any. The only reason I would expect him to be that far off from his teammates as well as any kind of loot would have been seeing a llama trying to take advantage of those early materials.
And we do see Colorful going down already. We saw in chat, Dices was saying, hey, Color's going to get first place there, but already going down. His team going to have to step it up. There's Please Build and Iggy here. I believe actually in this, I don't know who their trio is. Maybe Colorful, may not be. I'm not 100% sure. They did not have access to the leaderboard beforehand. Again, we'll get that updated here momentarily at Craggy Cliffs. It's not named, but we know what it is. At 12 builds here for Please Build. Does have that rare SMG in his inventory. Could aggressive, but those are just decoys. Doesn't need to get too crazy with it. This team above them is trying to find them out. They do know it's only a duo out of a trio. As Diggy looking to try to get some charge shots on the player. Shots coming through. Please Build trying to get up, trying to find these players. Diggy doing a lot of damage, but it is going to get taken down. Yoon going to take him down. Please Build now trying to get on to Nate Claire. As Yoon is going to go down. Please Build trying to finish him on off, but EB can't just do it. As Nate Claire right there trying to make some edits. You got to think Silver is nearby as well. Please Build trying to stay alive down below. Silver just running there. He's going to get caught off guard there. Does have the shotgun. Nate Claire is going to come through there just to keep Silver alive. They are trying to stay in this game as Diggy is going to fall there. Please Build walking away. Does not have any ammo. Trying to find anything there. Actually not even going to get the ammo. It's stuck up on the banister. He's trying to find anything he can. And he's running out of loot. Caddy's very, very small. There's not that many places you can grab, but luckily the fish stick seems to have been unlooted.
Yeah, these guys trying to get out of this fight, just trying to survive a little bit longer, maybe grab a placement point or two. Unfortunately, he couldn't find those small ammo up above, but now we're checking in with our boys here in Caddy, seeing what's going on, and no elims in the feed. I don't see any players at Caddy Corner, so these guys have established their dominance in game one, and once again, gonna have this for free. Well, I shouldn't say once again, but they will now have this for free, and look at that loot. a gold tac shotgun, has the peppers. We know how good those are. Then splashes, some minis. We got plenty of shield here on Big D. These guys are in a great position here. Now just need to farm up, and then knowing them based on what they did last game, they're going to be looking for some elims. They're not just waiting around trying to play placement. They want some more points.
They do indeed, as we move over here to Rion, Charlie, and Brad, as they are looking to get some perfect nades off. You see it in Rion's hand there. Does have the chug splashes. They're going to be used right away just to heal that team up, and back to 65 meters they go. AJN is going to go down. The mark does come through. Their grenades are coming through, and that's the issue. You looking to get a perfect nade, is they're looking for a perfect nade onto you. He swapped over to see PB get that reboot card of Diggies there. I believe going at the very last minute. They were not in the first game. They are in this game playing with Nexi. You see Rion, though, throw those grenades, was not able to really connect onto them the way they would have wanted to. Does grab some small shields out of the chest. Brad going to stop that big pod for it. And the pressure has disengaged here, but down below there seems to be shots. Please build going aggressive there on the nade. Shots coming through. He is going to get the track on the nade. Nade's going to be down to 1 HP, able to stay alive for the time being. PB missing that shot. Very, very, very crucial in this fight. Is going to lose the stair above him. It is very, very low in terms of HP and in terms of mats as well. Does have an extra mini there in his inventory. Is fighting a 1v2 Diggy. Again, not in this game right now, but the reboot card was collected. Silver and Nate are backing off here. The harpoon could be picked up there for a little Clay Classic coming through, but the fruit to be prioritized there to give that HP effectively. Going to get back up to about 100-ish of HP. Okay, he is going to get over that threshold. Jace is going to go down, but his build, I think, has to just disengage. Maybe able to farm back up, but I don't think he's going to be able to really make a play for the reboot.
Now we see Kai Beast and Exy dropping down on Ans, and as Ans goes down, he takes it back to the lobby. These guys are looking to continue the pressure. We now see them trying to pressure these remaining players. Do hit a shot. It's on his own teammate, though. Not the guy you want to pressure. This guy's just sitting in a cone. This is kind of comical as he waits for that elim to come through. He knew that was coming. Didn't really have much of a play when 3 opponents are chilling on you. You know, not much you could do. We're now back at Lazy Lake. We saw these guys battling it out, and now the Caddy Corner team walks in, and now they want part of the action. Another third party comes through. ETB waiting, trying to see what Bronos fan Rion is doing. These guys being patient, waiting for their shot. Have plenty of heals, so those tags aren't really that big of a deal. We now are on the other end here of Lazy Lake. Turka is getting pressured by this other team that landed here. They know plenty of third parties are going on. Turka looking to make plays, trying to get shots off. The shots come through, trades. Ketsui takes some tags. Now trying to grab these walls, make some edits. They do get this player stuck. That is only a decoy, though. It tricked me as well as I believe these players.
No, he's just going to be in the fight. Brad going to get one down. Ketsui will fall. Shot's going to come on through, and it's not going to connect there for Turkey. He's trying to make it happen. Going to get headed down. Shot's going through. He can't build a stair with him. The stair already there. He's able to get out for the time being. His grenades are coming through. There's 4 different teams. This is a 4-way fight happening. His chugs are going to be popped. That's going to keep him alive. In that downstate, Pico, Acorn, and Paperclip are coming in. ETB, Frist, and Doubt C, who is the big D up on top, are there as well. Charlie and Rion in this fight. So a 4-way fight happening. 2v2 and a 2v2 essentially there, right? Those teams fighting each other. Okay, is going to get the revive off. Charlie is going to get tagged up. I think they have actually fallen. Is Snipe going to come through? No, not going to come through. As Charlie did get knocked, but I believe the res did come through. There's Bread. We'll get finished off there. A lot of teams trying to disengage. Paperclip's team have decided, you know what, there's too many parties in this fight. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be here. And they smartly decide to disengage.
Yep. Doubt C or the big D now just trying to get the shots off as he can. It's a very dangerous place to walk through now. They're likely either going to wait to find these players out in the open or just get out of here themselves on the backside of Lazy. There's so many builds. These players are hiding. Everyone's still trying to fight. They do find the targets here, find at least a couple players, but not enough information to make a push here. They do hear players below them trying to farm. ETB now looking to grab as much information as possible. Those two opposing teams are definitely in shambles positions. First, ETB and the Big D are in much better spot than they are, but, you know, not trying to give up their positioning here. This is a great play to be patient, wait for these players to make a move, and then you take advantage of them making mistakes. You don't have to go force an engagement, especially when you have the high ground, but as I say that, they're trying to jump on these players down below or possibly just get out of here, and it's likely the second one as they're trying to just rotate out, try and give themselves a position. Now moving over here to Sunny, Colorful, Nearson. Looks like Colorful is able to get picked up. We saw him go down earlier, jumping down onto this player. Sunny now in somebody else's box, trying to make plays here. Down goes Tress.
Going over to Learison there as Sunny getting in, hopping into boxes. The control there of all of the pieces around, trying to make it happen. This player Lanny just trying to run away for their life. The control over all of this grid space is looking so good. Shots coming through. Lanny going to get Learson down very low, but not able to make it happen. As Colorful going to be there to back them on up. And again, we talked about the reboot did come through. And for Colorful, does have 2 eliminations. Sunny on 2 as well. Learson with a big goose egg on the board, but the team-based game mode, luckily it's not solos. As we see where the map is, that zone inside of the Authority, players already centered on up there. As blue arrows there. Lazy going to be very contested on the rotate, as that team inside is actually going to be Blasian, Shameful, and Caesar. As you see, looking at their inventory, they do have some launch pads there, but I mean, not a lot of mats. They do claim this part of the Authority, and it is relatively center zone, so they're setting themselves up for success in this game.
Yeah, they'll be able to Minecraft this out, take down all these pieces, get their mats up, replace the walls, give them control over at least the top part of the Authority. And now that's going to give them, again, some great vision and information to see what they want to do next. As we now switch over to Trentman, trying to beam a player as they rotate out. These guys were one of the Lazy Lake teams, and now going to just take those tags and move on. You know, we didn't see Storm Surge play effect last game, but we see that warning pop up now. So these guys, every shot matters, every tag you get matters. They've forced this team into a terrible position down below, and they're just going to get tagged up as they try and rotate here. That is not how you want to rotate through these zones. You don't want to give the other team a great informational and vision position just to dominate you from up above.
And this team looking to dominate this team down below. Aurora and their team trying to get on to Chicken, who is trying to run away. Grenades are coming in, though, from the third party from Salty. One of them going to be knocked. That's going to be Colorful. Being knocked actually onto Aurora's teammates there. As Sunny, Learson, and Colorful start to make the trek. Chicken and Rapid have disengaged. They've snuck out the back door. They said, hey, we are not involved in this fight. None of us got hit. We are going to just run away. We're now trying to make the play. Cards coming through. The build was broken. He does get a lot of damage off, but not going to be enough. Sotan nowhere to be found. Learson actually going to go down there to the big nappy. Now Colorful and Sunny have to play defensively. They had the aggressive push, but the third party coming in. So third party meet fourth party. Sotan trying to make their way back over to Jugs. My apology there. They want to get that res off. Colorful above. They're actually going to let the res come through. It seems like not able to capitalize on that. 8 elimination is going to be really bad for them, because it seems like they are trying to play catch up here. With that game, number 1 not going their way. That's just going through. Learson is going to fall as well. So a 2v3 in this scenario is not looking good here for them.
Yeah, we saw Rion go down in the feed too during this engagement. Colorful and Sunny looking to make that peak. They find a player's out by himself. They're going to force him through this box, but he makes a nice edit play. Does miss this shot. Colorful could have cleaned up on that if he hit a big shot with that charged shotgun. Now trying to get out of zone. They are able to get into the safe area, and now they have to look to make plays on one another because they're right on top of one another. Sunny trying to grab walls, continuing this pressure through, does crack that player down. He's down below. Now Aurora is up by himself, looking back to get back to his teammates here. They're trying to chase. This is some good tracking by these players. It's not always easy to track through these builds. They have him boxed up and down he goes. Now looking, not gonna try and hit. Oh, down actually goes Sunny while Colorful was looking for that other player. He doesn't see that Sunny was being pressured there.
And while this trio may be very good, it is not in their favor today. The game is not going their way. Wall going to get taken, actually. And it just come through. Colorful, though, needs to be careful. The nice peek there with the charge. Not enough damage, though. He's just trying to stop the res, and he's not going to be able to do it. Photon to get picked back up again. Colorful trying to make something happen. A 1v3 on the edge of zone. He can't run. Does have a launch pad in his inventory, but not going to come through. Needs to be careful. Needs to scroll. Will is going to get Photon. Is going to get another one as well. Jerks, the last remaining member left alive. Colorful making plays when plays could not be made. Is looking for the shot, but 5 HP. He's got to get out of this box. He's got to make edits out and up. This is zone going to come in. He's got to go for the finish. He's actually going to go for the launch pad. Is going to get out, and I don't think he's going to be able to glide. No, he's got the slow glider issue, and now, luckily enough, he got enough separation. He's able to pop some minis and continue to run. Is on the slow side. His team, already down, and they are going to be able to get the reses that will not count towards Colorful. If he's able to throw some grenades or something back. Okay, did get it picking one, so Colorful will get the siphon there, but wasn't able to pick up both of them. A very good play from Colorful nonetheless. Be able to pick up 2 players in a 1v3. Insane, and now this is what I was talking about. He needs to look back. Launchpad going to be used and perfect for him. He's going to be able to beam him out of the air. Does have a lot of HP. He's going to tag a couple shots there. Jurg's going to be in the back. Shots going to come through down very, very low. Colorful's got to push this. He knows he needs to be aggressive. Dropping that gun, getting that reload off there. Jurg's going to pop the mini aura, trying to get those heals off as well, trying to create space. Colorful, though, is going in the zone coming in. He's got the effective HP advantage on that white HP is Jurg. Now getting pressured by another player. Colorful going to be pressured as well. He's got to get in. Shots coming through. He sees the person to his right, but not able to be crafty with it as he goes down. 3 eliminations there for them. A very good effort there from Colorful.
Yeah, we switch over to Crafty and his squad. These guys are now on the edge of zone. Couple of teams looking at them. They're trying just to navigate through this zone, make sure they can get into the next one. They have Acorn, Nico, and Paperclip that are going to be trying to hold these guys as they rotate in. Actually, I apologize. The zone is in the opposite direction. These guys now should have a fairly easy rotate. They don't have to go very far. Even can go on top of a couple teams if they're patient enough. It's all about their decision making. Do you wait for a team to go ahead and box up in zone and then go on top of them, or do you try and be that first team in zone and not try and get pressured as you're rotating late? Now we're going over here to Straw Hat Charlie. He's all by himself. Up above, throwing some water balloons. Down at Nation's Misty. There's Tai plays below as well. Does grab that ramp there. Gonna relax, not trying to push this too hard as he's only by himself. There's Nation's Misty. I don't know if that's his ramp. It doesn't look like he's not gonna make that edit here. Someone has to make a play though. It's only Straw Hat Charlie up above, and then these 3 players down below. Straw Hat likely can be padding here when he needs to move for zone, but he can wait. He's trying to see if these guys are going to make a play, or he can catch one of these guys sleeping here and try and get himself a nice little refresh that he desperately needs.
As ECB looking for the refresh of their own, Shockwave going to be used, and they've secured the high ground for the moment. As you see on the other side, Charlie, very, very low. It has, I believe, actually did not have a launch pad. He's just going to go down there without really a fight. Unfortunately, caught in the zone. That's usually what happens. 60 players alive. There's a lot still in the zone, and we will, more than likely, if they're all able to get in and see Roachers in that half in, half out, it's all around the Authority, ETP, and company looking to continue this high ground dominance. That's why I said they secured it early. They wanted to make sure, hey, the zone pulls here. We've got it as we swap over here to Dash, Hill, and a JC as they're pressuring Evify there. Legion is going to get Tai plays there. Will the elimination come through, though? Just the knock, and Tai plays does go down there. Thrills trying to make the run for it. His toes are going to be shot out, though, trying to make it up to his teammate. Unfortunately, I think going to be too far away as Zio 830 going to go down. Zeva's going to go down. Coda When we finished on out, Nate Claire is still in the game. We saw him fight early. At Craggy, able to make it out there. Silver is there with them. They are both still alive, and Nate Claire tagged up very, very low. Silver trying to make an edit there with the shotgun to make something happen. Yoon there as well, so they were able to get the reboot. Here's Team Kai and Alexi here trying to make their way in. We're going to pull away from them, and they're going to be found out down below. Silver and Yoon going to be there as well. So we're trying to get some shots going through. Unfortunately, not able to connect there for them. Nate Claire and Yoon just going to try to stay alive down below. Bill's coming through. Alexi, continued pressure from above. They may be able to find him, but I think they're more concerned about rotating. A third party going to come in. All of a sudden, Alexi says, whoa, wait a minute. Let me back up and heal. That was not who I thought it was. As Ravain's going to get some nice damage off onto them, but a little bit of a loop goblin here from Alexi is going to cost him more and more shield, and almost going to cost him his life there, down to 16 HP. Not able to make the edit. Launchpad going to come through, 16 HP in a launchpad. He's got to be very careful with this one. Could get sprayed out of the air if it's not good enough for him. Nathan Claire, though, is able to get away. Beast is down. Shots come through. He falls as well. A very chaotic fifth zone here for everybody. Is Kai on 7 HP. Alexi on very low as well. This is not looking good here for them.
Yeah, Alexi hits that panic launch pad. His teammates weren't with him. He could have taken minis, so he could have actually taken a couple tags before he took that launch pad. I don't know what he was doing. Now he's completely split from Kai. These guys are in shambles positions. Now we get an overview look of the zone. I love these views. Checking in here with Ketsui, Turka, and Trentman. These guys, super aggressive, as we've seen. Now looking for more elims, trying to become part of the lobby focus, looking at players that are now deciding, oh, you know, I probably should have rotated a little earlier. I'm getting focused by the rest of this lobby. Ketsui is able to get that elim, gets the full kill, but not his. Nonetheless, the mats are his regardless of whose elim that is. Now they're in a better position. They get a nice refresh on that elim. Whoever got it, it really doesn't matter for these guys, because now they have some more mats, some more heals, and going to be able to rotate towards this next zone. There's no one on this east side where it's rotating, Clay.
And look who's on high ground again. ECB, Daltsy, and Frisk. They have prioritized it. They said, we are going to take it. And normally in trios, you can take it in fifth zone and keep it, especially if you've got control of the most broken item in the game right now, the Shockwave launcher, and they do. As you see, please build launching through. Don't know if he was able to pick up Diggy or not. Shockwave gonna come through. That's exactly what happens. But Fritz actually gonna get launched in his own, and Black T gonna see that shots are gonna come through. Chicken gonna go down. ECB is actually gonna fall. The Shockwave did not go through. The big Nappy gonna deny it, and all of a sudden, the big D down C not able play with his teammate. They have one other player up with Frizz, but now the high ground could be challenged. Shots are coming through. Everybody's shooting him. They realize, hey, wait, there's only a duo here. We can challenge it, and one build remaining. Down C trying to just find something there. Stretch Fan gonna go down. Crafting gonna go down. Shameful gonna go down. A lot of players falling. ETB will finally fall. We see Blasian and Caesar there in the middle. Acorn, Paperclip, and Nico there as well. Looking for please build. He is there in the middle of your screen. As Radiant Silver is going to go down there. Shots going to come through momentarily here for Leroy. No, is going to find one there. I believe that Siphon did come through as well. It's actually going to find the grappler player so big as a solo. Able to find the grappler. He's going to keep his chances alive as Paperclip, but he's going to get kidnapped. No! Leroy going to go down.
Oh, the only thing he couldn't do is accidentally grapple into someone's box. Blasian now playing second height here, needs to go down. He's getting pressured by this new high ground. Actually, it looks like it's straight across from him. Frist and the Big D are still holding height. They do still have an advantage, though, because they know that the Shockwave launcher is not in play. Everyone else may be thinking, I don't want high ground, because whoever takes it is going to go down by the Shockwave launcher. Blasian still trying to make it through zone, navigating through these builds. He has the floppers. He's going to slow down, heal up a little bit. It's going back towards the water, towards the authority. Blasian now relaxing, trying to make plays. We check back in with our high ground team. These guys just relaxing, knowing they have the high ground. The mats aren't great. They do have ammo, though, to pressure people. If they can find a nice refresh here, whether it's just some materials or even a full refresh from a couple of players, that's going to put them in a huge position. They're so lucky that this zone's going back across. because they would not have the materials to keep high ground and would be playing mid or low just like everyone else in this lobby.
Inflation able to find some sort of semblance there, able to mouse his way through, still alive as we see Doubtseed looking for something. Frisk is very, very low as well. Nico and this Acorn gonna sit an RPG, and that's gonna be Frisk going down. D now has to try to play as a solo. Shots coming through there, connecting is gonna get one. About 15 mats coming through. Actually, no mats coming through. Did not get the Siphon match. They got the players mat. They dropped a little bit differently there. As Shredman, Turka, and Kazui still in this game with a lot of eliminations. Sitting on 8 right now. Doubtseed gonna go down there to them. Turka gonna get it. And Paperclip, I think, still in this game as well. There's a team on low ground there. Trying to cause some havoc there. Builds coming out here for Tripman. 9 elims here for them. A lot of builds remaining, though, with that elimination. They got a lot more going. Legend is now gonna fall to Acreon. Big Bo is going to go down. I believe that's Sparebow there. RPG going to hit Trim in there and take down Turka. Acorn and Paperclip are on the high ground, raining fire from above with double RPG, it seemed like at some point. Paperclip just going to continue to build on out. Acorn does not have that many builds. The drop down actually going to come through. It's like they want it. Oh, but all of a sudden, Acreon's going to have the high ground shots coming through. They're trying to drop him down. He can't really take much zone damage. I don't know why they started to drop down. Maybe not confident in the amount of mats they had. Acorn going to take a lot. He's got 11 cabbages. Pop, 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 pop. He's starting to eat him. The Siphon going to come through in a 2v1. Acreon up above. Paperclip there as well. But Acorn just gnawing on cabbages. Paperclip going to go down, but Acreon falls as well. Acorn with the cabbages going to keep them alive. With a 14 elimination victory royale.
Clay, have you said that before? Did someone just get a 14? Did someone just get a 14 elim victory royale in that past game?
Somebody did. I think that's 2 back-to-back 14 elimination victory royales.
That was well casted there by you, my man. And you know, those guys almost threw that game. Who knows? The zone was going up that hill, and then they decided to drop down with very minimal mats. They had enough to get up and over that hill, and for some reason decided to go make a play. Maybe they thought everyone was going to be below them, and they wanted to get as many elims as possible. Either way, works out for them. These guys are able to take home the victory royale. Nice plays by them to grab that high ground at the right moment, noticing that Frist and Doubtseed were all by themselves without that caddy launcher, and these guys took full advantage of it.
They did. I think they knew with the cabbages in Acorn's inventory that he was going for the heal-up. You don't carry 11 cabbages to end game without thinking, hey, I'm going to use these to heal myself up, right? And that's kind of my first time seeing Fortnite competitive to use cabbages or use these new healable items, right? We've got cabbages, we've got corn, we got bananas, we got apples, we got coconuts, we've got slurp mushrooms, we got mushrooms, we've got peppers. But the only 2 that act the way cabbages do are cabbages and the slurp mushrooms. So the quicker you eat them, the quicker they heal you. Right? I don't know exactly the amount of HP they heal for her. I think it was 5 iffy. Sometimes you eat 2 and it heals for 9. I don't really know exactly the number, but the faster he ate those, the faster he healed up, meaning the more he stayed alive. So Paperclip got sent up. He said, you know what, hey, I'm going to fight him. You go down there. I don't think they thought there was someone down there already. I think they thought they were lower. Able to get the Siphon. Also had the cabbages. It was just a GG, well played. Acreon, a great game there for them. He said second place, 8 elims there for him. He got the grappler after taking down Leroy. Somehow, Leroy got taken down. Don't know if it was Acreon, but someone took down Leroy. Grappler changed hand. Acreon got it and took it late. Almost able to clutch it up, though.
Yeah, solid game by them. He almost was able to turn this game in his favor, hit a nice 2v1. And, you know, if you catch Acorn down there chilling in Storm trying to hit those cabbages and can get a quick shot off, you know, who knows? This game is so small differences make or break a game. And if you're able just to make one more play, as we saw Leroy make one more play to get that grappler to even extend his game a little more, even though he wound up grappling straight into somebody's box. Those replacement points, and at the end of the day, over 5 games, you know, a couple of points could be the difference between you possibly winning and, you know, going home in 4th place without any cash prize to show for it.
And that is a very bold statement. I'm checking to see if we have game number 1 leaderboards. We will see here momentarily. The code did go out, so if you're a player watching and you're wondering what's happening, code went out. Go check it. Go check that Mayhem client there for it. And Silver is saying, no beef, just join. Just join it. Join it up. If you're wondering why my mic sounds a little weird all of a sudden, it's hot in Texas and I turned my AC on. So no questions there. Our producer is letting us know here momentarily if we have that game 1 leaderboard. I don't know if we do. I think Mayhem went ahead and updated, but it was close. I believe ETB, Doutsy, and Frisk were in first. And then second actually was over to Sharkman and their teammate Justin and Dowboy there as well. So that was the first 2 I remember seeing after game number 1. Now Mayhem, we all know updates eliminations first and then placement after. My apologies, as we will probably see about halfway, maybe a little bit into mid game there into the next game. We will see the leaderboard update. So I'll try to remember to get that pulled up there for you. We will have it hopefully before going into game number 5 that away players know and that away players have that option. Again, I want to say thank you so much to Toronto Fortnite for having me. I know Taylor's very, very, very thankful himself as well. We both are. But thank you there. Again, shout out to Waves for working in partnership with Toronto Fortnite, as well as Zowie for providing parts of the prize pool, as well as partnering with Waves, of course. They are giving away, there's a mouse pad there for second place there. I believe mouse pads for everybody. The SRSE, one of those, I can't remember the way the letters go. The first place is going to get some mice. Third place is going to get some bungees there. And, of course, prizing there for first through third. Cash-wise, I believe first getting 300 Canadian and second getting 200 Canadian. So a lot of things up for grabs. A lot of, opportunities here to make some money, get some prizes. Game 2 out of 5 is now done. Do we think that ECB and company are going to be on top, or would they be thrown?
I think they made it far enough, and based on that first match, I'm going to give them still top of the leaderboards. I don't know had any of our second, third, fourth, fifth place teams from that last match been able to perform well in the first match. And like I said earlier, and we talked about, this is very heavy placement. So you want to be able to last as long as you can. We are playing a battle royale game. It's all about survival. It's making it to the very last person. Only one team gets that Vic Roy at the end of the game. So we'll probably see Acorn, Paperclip, and Nico pop up there. A win is going to throw them straight up the leaderboard regardless of what happened in game 1. And then, ETB, based on that last game, they did get a good bit of elims. So I'd expect they're still up there, Clay.
I think they are as well. I think, I don't know how their game number 1 went for them, but I think they're up there. I think Accurate also said they had a 14 elim second place there. So 14,
Wow.
is a big number in terms of eliminations. We'll see if it comes through again. I think the game is going to start here momentarily. We're going to get into it. I asked last time, but I want to see it again. Everybody here lurking in chat, who do you think is going to pick up the dub? I didn't see anybody see Acorn and their team. So this time, who's going to pick it up? Who is going to win the game? Taylor, who you think is going to win it?
Can I take the cop-out answer and take the caddy corner team? Is that allowed here, Clay?
Of course.
All right, I'm going to go for the easy one. Take that. Our game 3 has started. We're going to be jumping into game action real quickly here. We know War Legend does a great job for us. They throw us straight into the action, fight after fight, showing us everything that's going on in an early game. It's a real blessing to have them again, and as well as Toronto Fortnite, Waves Gaming, Zowie, and Awardpool for all helping us put this together. So thank you to them. And, chat, tell us what you got before we jump into this game. Who you got winning, and who do you expect to win this game? Not just who do you have winning the tournament overall, who do you got winning this game in particular? As we spread out throughout the map, find where our players are going to go.
Meanwhile, I actually see 2 teams at the yacht. Nobody is actually at the authority unless I'm seeing that wrong. It is open. No one is landing here, and you see one arrow start to make their way back. They've realized that, hey, wait, nobody has landed here. Now, you do see that lone purple Elam coming, purple player coming on through. As Jaden actually going to go down here to Bread. They've changed up their landing spot. They're going to go down. Charlie is right nearby, trying to make something happen. Bread did get the elimination, but quickly goes down the siphon. Not effective, as Diggy is going to take down Nate Claire. As EV for Spectral, trying to make something happen, but Braid to fight him out. The SMG tracking is there. His teammate going to get the elimination at the same time, as Nate Claire, and Silver are all going to go down in a sweep there off spawn to Diggy, and next thing is Squeezy going to go down as well at Caddy, ETB, and Dowsey to take him down. Now, they do not have Frisk alive right now, but the reboot will more than likely come through, as that fight was ended very, very quickly. So 71 players remaining. We see 13 players already eliminated off spawn.
Yeah, early fights are gonna be the key to success in this game. We see ETB. Oh, actually, we're switching over here to Diggy. Please build against the same team we saw them fight in the previous game. This went on for a while. Actually, this is a different squad that decided to land here. It's the Mazur squad. We've seen these guys pop up before in tournaments. Now showing up as CRR instead of, you know, the West guys, or Mazur Tifu and Mazur Booga. Who knows if it's the same people, but they're trying to take the top. Nexi now trying to make edits and plays onto them. The ramp comes in. Nexi losing positioning. He doesn't have the builds to continue to hold this. Diggy trying to support his teammate. Please build has already gone down. Kazui, Sunnertime trying to pinch here on Diggy. Diggy needs to be careful. He's now caught in between players. Nexi tries to go help, but now he puts himself in a bad position himself. Down he goes. CRR takes down Nexi. Diggy trying to make plays. He gets one elim. Oh, but he can't pick up the second one, and down he goes as well.
Now the trio coming in there. I don't know who they are. Definitely not the names they've put up, but gonna get the eliminations. Gonna claim Craggy as Beast, Kai, and Elixir here in Steamy. They got a team above him. The Harpoon out. Wait. Don't drop the Harpoon, Elixir. Why you gotta do that? Could have made a Clay Classic come on through there. Big shields are gonna be dropped there, though, as you see 5 up there. That's the team they're worried about. Kai hits 200s. Don't know how many 200s he's hitting with that charged shotgun, but if he's able to make it happen, there's something of amazing Fortnite action. Would love to see it. But right now, just farming on up. Not much happening elsewhere around the map, it seems like, as everybody's kind of called on out.
Yeah, it's now 3 games in. You had 2 games to take over your drop spot, and it seems that has happened. The early game engagements went through. Whoever decided, you know, I know what I can win. I know the positioning I can take and what I can get away with. But no. We're going right back into Steamy. There are teams here. Beast is all the way up top. Doesn't look like these guys are trying to fight, though. They may just be looking to grab their materials, grab what loot they can, and get out of Steamy stacks. I would suggest they just get out of here quickly. The longer you wait, the worse it gets. But again, you do see Beast up above. Now they're cranking up. Here comes this fight. Whether they wanted it or not, the engagement's coming through way too far to try and hit that charged shotgun. It does shoot and hit pretty hard from long range, but not very much further than about 50 meters. Laney now trying to hold his box. Does have his teammate Trace come in. They do box this player. Down he goes. Now 2 elims come through. Trying to look for this 3rd remaining player, getting the finish here. That's going to be key to extending this fight. Now a 2v2 situation. Beast and his teammate up above, looking to take this fight, trying to hold the high ground, play from the top down. It's one of the easiest ways to win engagements, is gaining that high ground in fights. But it's all useless if you don't know what to do with it. So can these guys take advantage of their positioning? Now Tress making edits, trying to take this fight, and we're slowing it down. You know, it went from a quick engagement, but no, right back into it. Trading shotgun shots, no real tags hit. A little bit of damage traded there, but nothing significant. Have to watch his head. The materials aren't going to be great for either team. This is very early on in the game. Not going to be fully stacked on mats. You can have enough here to fight. They are in their fully built metal boxes. Gonna give them control. Trying to make edits here. Look for shots. Unfortunately, can't find some. Laney, Tress, waiting down below. Being patient. Beast and them are gonna have to make a play. It is their fight to lose as they're on high ground. They can either choose to disengage or decide, hey, I'm gonna slow this down and let these guys just get out of here.
And Laney needs to find an opportunity. Shots gonna come through. Does get the opportunity they need. A little damage going back at 2v2. Their Tress, I think, had a lot of supporters in chat. Really gonna need the support now. Effective HP though is gonna go over there to them, and it's gonna come through here from Elixir. He's in a bad spot. Tress honestly could have gone through. That wall was edited in time, but now Zona's gonna come in. It's gonna make these players panic just a little bit. And you see them start to make their way a little bit more towards Zone, and Edit gonna come through. A mistake happening there, but the recovery from Elixir shot's gonna come through, and that's the capitalization that they needed to go back in their favor. Tress going for high ground shots coming through. Outback SMG is spraying them down, and the shot's gonna come through. Beast is an absolute beast as he takes down Tress with a huge charge shot there, but the trade come back there from Laney. He does get down low, but shots gonna go through. Elixir does have the edit on top. Laney trying to get in, and shots are gonna finish him on up there from above. Elixir not able to get the match. The Stevie Stacks has been claimed, but it's all the way in the zone. Now they have to try to find their way out and use those stacks to rotate, but it's going to be a hard one as Dow Boys here with Justin and the Big Shark. Blasian down below, looking to get some shots. Sniper shot, not going to connect there on to Blasian. The continued pressure here from down below. They already picked up one elimination here onto this team, as well as losing a player. So Caesar down below. Got to be careful about what opportunities and what peaks they take. Blasian is going to get tagged up just a little bit there. Now they're looking to focus towards him. Team needs to come through and needs to start to make the way through. It's actually a 2v2, so I think they traded eliminations here at Sweaty Sands. It'll be a very hard fight to get back together. They're so separated here. But this allows Dowboys and Justin just to make, if they make a play, it's going to allow them to do it very quickly and decisively.
Yeah, the longer they wait here, the more likely a third party is going to be coming into this fight. We hear that player getting rebooted in Sweaty, so they need to be careful. They know that there's going to be a third party. He does hit those shots, makes some nice edits, and down goes Caesar. Dow Boys, our second place team from game one. He was popping off in that initial game, and boom, there it is. Lyricin, Colorful, and their third are now in Sweaty trying to see what's going on in their this engagement. They're making a decision. Do I want to third party this or not? Doesn't matter. Justin and Dowboy is going to get out of there. Likely either rotate into Pleasant if they have enough white heals to get that reboot, or just going to get out of there and try and position themselves in the zone. Now we're switching over to an engagement here in Salty Springs. There's quite a few teams in this area. This is always super congested as it's towards the center of the map. I know Ward Legend put out a map in the previous season of, you know, where do eliminations happen throughout the game, and Salty was definitely a hot spot, as well as it was just lit up around the center of this map.
And you hear the music of Marauders start to come on in. Amplify is going to immediately look. They can get a lot from this. They get RPG. They can get some chug splashes there. Some synchronage is able to stop them from throwing them all. But it doesn't seem that way. They have all the drones. The shots just continuing to go on through and finish them on off. Hero looking for anybody trying to third party. There is one more Deadeye Marauder over there. They did actually not get them. They gotta be careful though. Straw Hat Charlie gonna come in. Brad right on the other side trying to chase it. Not able to get into the engagement, get into the box that they want. We'll see if Brady is gonna be able to find an edit there. They do maintain this, but the walls are closing it around them and losing ground here. Everybody trying to take something. Brad actually gonna get, he's controlled their shot to come through. He's actually gonna be able to sneak out the top. A very big shot from Strady, but not able to capitalize on to the 75 tag that he did make. Now they're continuing to farm on out, just making as much room as they can. Shots are continuing to be put onto their walls as walls are being taken on the backside. Hero is going to find it out there. Number 5 out there as well. Who is 2 going to go down to Stretch Fan. Grenades are coming in. A third party has third party this fight. We'll see if they're going to be able to make it out. Hero, though, looking very healthy. Brett, on the other hand, was not.
These guys guys just trying to deal with these nades, build it out, see if they can outlast all of the grenades coming through. And another third party is jumping on this fight. Rion hits some shots. What went from super healthy is now absolute shambles. These guys are in a terrible position, and with only big pots, Scrady is not going to be able to hit those unless his teammates can help him. Able to throw over a flopper, that's going to be some quick heals, but now they need to slow down. Here comes Mazer CRR. Nice shots coming in. He does trade some tags, though. That's important because now it's going to give them some time. They can't continue that pressure. We see a player knock, and the Elim comes through. Mazer Kaizui goes down. So now it's a 2-on-3 situation. This is not exactly the way Mazer CRR and Sunnertime and Kaizui tried to come into this engagement. They thought, oh, easy third party. These kids are going to be weak. Scrady, Nero, and Nevify said, no way, man. This is our fight. This is our Salty Springs. You guys better get out of here because we will continue to take down the rest of you.
The shots come through. Scrady gonna actually get a little bit of a tag there onto the other players. Are there trying to just make something happen. And Scrady and team has decided they're gonna disengage, but pressure from up above are able to continue as Justin is gonna take down one member of that team. Nevify and Scrady have decided with 0 they're going to run away. Dowboy's going to get a finish there onto Sun. It's a continued swim out here for them. They are going to get tagged up in the back. They've got to be careful of that. They are, as you see the builds coming over the back from the top of the head. Colorful going to take down the big nappy flopper. Good job there for Scrady. And they're going to be able to get in relatively unscathed. 0 and Nevify are inside the zone. Nice little pull there from the fishing spot. Dropping that sky there for his teammates. So continue to move on in. They do have a team in front of them that they may need to worry about for right now, but overall, this is a good disengagement here for them.
Yeah, you don't want to be fighting zone and players at the same time. It's not the right play. It's easier to do one thing at a time. You know, keep it simple, stupid. Don't try and do a ton at once. And now we're here with Acorn, Paperclip, and Nico. These guys in the middle of a water in engagement. Now he takes some tags, not very strong. That's a tack shot. We know that's only a pea shooter. It's not going to hit for much. These guys now getting back together, healing up, and we see Acorn once again with those cabbages. So this is a clear strategy that they're trying to put together, Clay. These guys have grabbed cabbages multiple games in a row and look to play them. So are we going to find out a new meta here today? Are cabbages the new meta? Acorn, Paperclip, and Nico hopefully aren't showing off too much because I know they got tons of cash cups coming up that they want to win. Who knows? These guys now here trying to get in center zone need to be careful as grenades are going to start to come through. He's not even blocking off his back. These guys are so comfortable chilling in the middle of the zone. Oh, but I talked about nades coming through. These guys are throwing some of their own. Now they're going to be looking to hit these metal builds. They don't know exactly where these players are. Doesn't matter. They're dropping the nades in. Let's see if these grenades come through. They are able to get some tags. There goes one knock. They're going to push this. One of the players was knocked. At least 2 others were hit with these grenades. I'm not sure if they're all on the same team. Third parties coming in. People are trying to steal these elims. Acorn trying to get the most he can out of this. From these tags, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to continue and grab the rest of this because of all these teams right on top of one another. Nico is up on there. They do get that full elim coming through. Acorn was able to grab it. Another big tag coming in. Acorn grabs that elim, quickly finishes it. That is not important because Paperclip is now down. He has to go res his teammate.
Nico immediately moving back as well. Acorn trying to make it happen. On the other side, Nero gonna go down. Nevify, very low HP, effectively 69 HP, trying to make something happen. All of a sudden, Acorn gonna lose his teammates as well. Paperclip and Nico going down. The cabbages are starting to look like those in Avatar, and not that consequential as Learson right on top of the shots coming through. Nice tag there from Acorn. Learson just not really doing much there in that fight. Trying to just get through as Learson is now gonna take him out. I call him out for doing nothing, and he gets the elimination as the cabbages will now change hands if Learson wants them. Shots come through. Sunny gonna make their way on up. So Colorful, Sunny, and Learson able to make it towards this end game here. Again, still a little bit early here to call it end game, but elimination nonetheless. Beast was a beast inside the zone, but can he do it in the same zone? No. That's Coda gonna be the one to take him out. Grills and Spidey, I believe, sitting on 2 eliminations on the outside zone. They're going to have a hard rotate. Those grenades are starting to come in. So they're going to make the rotate there. Is going to get sprayed at 7P. Shield remaining there for him. Does have a slurpfish. Is running out of AR ammo. That is our harpoon there for the refills on match. Maybe fish found as well, but rotate does come through. We swap back over to ETB, Frist, and Down C, who I don't doubt are going to look to take high ground in fifth zone.
Yeah, these guys are just playing patiently. You know, they had quite a few very eventful games, and now every once in a while it's nice to take a break as we switch over here to Leroy, Tyson, and Zushi TV. These guys are on the edge of zone now, able to just relax and take a peek of what's going on, Clay.
And we're going to take a peek at the leaderboard from game number 2. So midway through, we're going to show you, and I believe it'll pop up right here on your screen. This was after game number 2. We're going to show it to you here, and you'll see the standings here as soon as our producer gets those up there on the screen. Again, after game number 2, you see Dow C, Frist, and ETB were in first with 84 points. And Zui, Turka, and Trentman in second with 80 points. Arkman, Justin, and Dowboy in third with 71. Nevify, Nero, and Scrade in fourth with 61. Acorn, Paperclip, and Nico move up into fifth with 54 points. Fairbo, Akron, and Daniel, my apologies there, 53 points in sixth. Painful Blasian and Caesar in seventh with 50 points. Bucky, D-Man, and Soma in eighth with 45 points. Coda, Thrills, and Spidey in ninth with 44. And Rabbit, Chicken, and Laser J in 10th with 42. So that was before this game started. Get you an updated leaderboard the next time we're able to. Shout out to the producer for putting that up there. Sweetie, my apologies. Thank you for correcting me. You know, when you don't put vowels in your name, it's very hard to tell what those vowels are supposed to be. As mats are being dropped here from Leroy, he is going to have it. He is going to have it around. Maybe he will find the grappler yet again. As Brady and Sofer and his team going to find ZOA 30, the grappler in their hands this time around.
Now, grappler team is able to make plays. Almost the entire lobby is down in this southwest corner. We're going to see how this plays out. Is that one or two teams up in that northeast corner? Are they going to get lucky? Is everyone going to have to rotate towards them? Or is their game essentially over, as now they're going to get lobby focused when they try and rotate if the zone pulls south? Again, we see tons of teams. All this action has happened almost in this one area. And guess who's on high ground, Clay? We have our boys from Caddy. They're up here. They're relaxing. They're having fun up here, making sure everyone knows who's up here. And they want to take this game over. They get a zone pull, and this game is going to be difficult for anyone to make plays on them. They're going up higher. I feel bad for those two guys, or two teams, all the way on the opposite end of zone.
I do as well. Sunny, Learson, and Colorful are fighting. Charlie, Brad, and Rion. Shots are coming through. Brad is going to go down. Learson going to be the one to do it. Shots have ceased for the time being, as the wall is going to be edited in their favor. But Rion losing him is just as soon as he's going out. Nice layer change there for him. That's going to keep him up and moving for the time being. He's going to get some ground back. Sunny going to go ahead and hold him out. Rion trying to spray him on out, but honestly, if I'm them, I just start to disengage. I get out of here. There's no reason to start spraying. You don't have any damage on them. Maybe 25 onto Sunny, but your teammate Charlie just takes more. Trying to take a blue fight, and the bloom is not going to be his favor. Is Lyrison going to take down another one? Stevie going to take down Dow C, and wait, all of a sudden, high ground in a battle as well. Dow C going down. Rion going down as well. Charlie, last remaining member here for Brad and Rion. But again, Dow C did get knocked. I don't know if he completely fell. No, okay, the res is going to come through. So someone did snipe, and it seems like the res will come to fruition. And high ground still isn't safe here for them. As they get we were at a 4-point lead here for as they came in. 84 to 80 points. And we look to see what's happening around the rest of their base. Chris looking for any opportunity he can. They've got peppers, Doug splashes, shockwaves, and the mythic shotgun. They're looking to capitalize. Maybe make another 14 elimination victory round come their way.
It's going to be hard to pick up 14 elims at this point in the game, but these guys, based on what we've seen before, they're sure as heck going to try. I was just impressed. That team Speedy down in that corner with Drills and Coda, they were able to make it from that far position all the way into zone. Now we see them padding. They're looking to contest high ground. Not a great play, but they do get some tags on ETB. ETB goes down to about 50 HP. Some tags are traded back and forth. Doesn't look like either team is in a great position right now. They're kind of splitting this high ground. We're going to have to see where zone goes, but ETB is making a play for height. That Hattie launcher gives him the ability to do that. Now he holds the high ground. This fight's going to completely change. He's spraying down. His teammates are spraying from the side. Speedy takes big tag. He's now getting hurt by this P90. Continuous fire down on Dakota. Now they've decided, okay, we don't want high ground anymore. I'm going to go look elsewhere to play this game. The SMG fire comes through. The Big D now tarping ahead. ETB and Frisk behind. They're obviously communicating. Great work here on the high ground. Kaizui, Trentman padding up above, but quickly dropping down. They don't want high ground. They're looking to play a mid-level. The Big C now tarping ahead for his trio, making sure those guys are connected. Need to be able to stay connected. Now they're split once again. Not a big deal again. He could just quickly connect to the second height, third height team. It's not a huge deal. These guys are covering the zone very well. Tons of materials, tons of heals. A great position once again for this team as we switch now here to AGN or AGFN as well as Chicken and Rapid. Chicken is down. Rapid's trying to rip that Chug Jug as quickly as he can. He's got 15 seconds to do so.
They're able to find two different sets of mythic items. They've got the grappler as well as that mythic burst AR in their inventory. Color, Sunny, and a Lyricin there. You to try to challenge high ground. This is the first time ETB and company have really been shot at on the high ground. The continued build. We're now nice beam there for Colorful. On to down C is the beam. Not going to capitalize though onto them as Cowboys going to take down Thrills and Coda. Colorful, Sunny, and Lyricin on 7-8 eliminations combined. Their zone is going back over these little middle shots. Going to come through. Colorful going to beam yet another one, and now they may look to take it. They may look to start cranking. The zone is going to pull opposite, and they are. They're looking for high ground. Colorful going up. Lyricin going up. Instead of going up, but now they've decided against it. They just said, no, we're not going to go all the way up. We're just going to wait. We can take it late. We can win this game. If they're over peaking that much, imagine what they're going to do with those last title zones. We'll see if they're going to be able to make it to the end. As the shot's going to come through. Sunny going to take a big shot to the face, and the edits are going to save him there for the time being as we get a nice pan shot. Low ground looking at utter chaos as Sunny is actually going to be very, very low. Acreate is going to go down there. The big and mighty going to make something happen there. Don't see Lyricin. I do now getting into zone. As well, we know they were towards the top of the leaderboard. Cowboys, Trentman, now one of these teams here in the low ground, trying to make plays. They see Lyricin and Colorful. They're playing the mid ground, trying to make through. There's a lot of stuff you got to chop through. Trentman did not choose the right path to zone. He's got a couple of apples. That'll extend the amount of zone he can take, but he cannot do so for very long. It's only going to counteract the ticks that's going on right now. Not even going to be enough to get more HP. They're jumping into a box. There's AJ. We saw him before with 2 mythic sets. These guys trying to get through zone. 42 builds remaining on Trentman. His teammate is in just as shambles position health-wise as he is. These guys cannot afford to take ticks. Looks like they're trying to pop minis, get some shield on them. Players behind are looking to push them. They're trying to get into these boxes. They have no other option but to push these teams. They need to either get elims or get through the zone. There's not much left. They need to make plays. ETB, Frisk, Big D up above. They're trying to hold the rest of this. Now getting contested. Clay, take us away. ETB with 2 elims and the shockwave in his hand. There's not much they can do. This is the last zone. It's coming down. 5 teams remaining. There's 9 players in this last and final zone coming on through. ETB does have 4 shockwaves left. Dropping on down, they do find the mythic Chug Jug, but not going to make things happen. Everyone's starting to fall on down. ETB taking a lot of damage. He's going to have to be the one that goes out. He has to go try to make a play. Has to be careful not to launch his teammate. Trentman going to be launching his own. Shots going to come through. ETB not going to get it. No, he is. Deciding going to save him. Shots go through and then pick up another victory royale. It was crazy, chaos, and hectic, but they managed to come out alive. A 9 elimination victory royale, their second of the day.
These guys showing that ability to hold the high ground. Doesn't matter if they're going to take some tags. They could deal with it, brush it off. You know, it's just another day on the job. You take some damage. It's Fortnite. You continue to hold the high ground. And then it's that ability to close the games. A lot of teams can go ahead and take high ground, but not a lot of teams can keep it and win these games. So well played by these guys to game after game play very well together. When all three of them are up, they've won the game. If they lose a teammate, you know, maybe they can't win. We saw that in the previous game. These guys, we saw them at the top of the leaderboards. I'd expect to see them there once again.
You know, the story has been an uncontested caddy will win you every game. And it's showing true. But there's 2 games left. If you're near the top of the leaderboard and you want to win, I mean, you know what to do to win, right? Obviously, Colorful Learson and their team did not need it to get close. Nico and them did not need it as well, but you're complaining about an uncontested caddy. Not saying contested, but maybe playing your drop better next time. Maybe next tournament you drop caddy. Maybe next time you make a plan. Hey, I'm going to drop caddy. We're going to get it. Because if you want to have an uncontested caddy, you got to dominate it, just like ETB and them. They've been contested first game, right? They had players rotate in. They got the loop, but that first game, they had 2 different teams coming on in. So, again, 5 games. There are 5 games here today. So, we will see. Again, leaderboard going to be updated about midway through, about third zone there, but into next game as the way Mayhem takes. But got to assume that ETB and company are going to be at the top of the leaderboards yet again.
Yeah, these guys are looking poised to take that first place, walk away with 300 Canadian dollars, those Zowie mice. And then, as we know, the second place team going to walk home with 200 Canadian dollars, as well as the Zowie mouse pads. And even, you know, third place, they get those Zowie Kamids, or the bungees, as most people know them. Those are our prizes here that were on stake for these games. Definitely something to play for. Toronto Fortnite, Waves Gaming putting on a great job for this event, bringing us all together. And these players, Clay, they're putting on a show for us. Like, we have the easy job. We're sitting here just talking about Fortnite. These guys are out there grinding every day to put on a beautiful, beautiful performance for these end games and even early games. These guys are playing super well today.
They are, and, you know, you said we have the easy jobs, and I agree that because of we're Legend doing all the production, we just get to sit back, we get to relax, and get to hang out. We get to occasionally just get a nice drink of water, soothe our throat every once in a while. But it's been great. I hope everybody's been enjoying the games, enjoying the cast. It's been a hot minute since I've casted last. Going to be honest with you, so I'm not as warmed up as I normally am, but, you know, bring that fire in the end game there for you. But yeah, just sometimes, just sometimes we're able to do it. Not all the time. We don't want to get greedy there in between in case something pops out, happens, because, ETB and company, they got challenged for high ground yet again multiple times, but still able to keep it, which just shows how good they are at using the loot that they are getting.
Now, we saw loot reign true. Like, we see the retail loot from Season X reign true. We see that grotto loot, the minigun, that is a strong weapon when it was in the game before. Now we have the caddy loot. There's something, hey, welcome back, Clay. There's something that, seems to be the best ability, the best strategy to go on. And we know, based on the minigun strategy, as we saw in EU with Aqua and Stompy, those guys force people not even to contest them height. So is that what you have to start thinking about? Are you just now going to play mid ground, low ground because you don't want to contest the caddy teams and try and play for second place here?
It was a way different meta back in the day, right? You had shockwaves, you had miniguns, you had so many different things to contest that high ground with. And now, if you don't have the grappler, if you don't have an RPG that you got out of a Marauder, right? It's very, very hard to contest height. So we may start to see cabbages come into play, right? It is, very, very, very good strategy. We saw that team do it. Weren't able to really, capitalize on it. But it's 100% a legitimate strat this season. If you're giving someone 30 cabbages in the end game, right? That's just as good as sloppers. If you're still alive and you're able to go up, fight them, and keep them off your teammate, I don't know. I think height this season is going to be very, very hard to hold, very hard to maintain if you don't have the shockwave launcher like we talked about. So we shall see how it goes forward. I know we have obviously more trios competitions coming up this season. It's going to be solo offense, yes, so going to be a little bit different and not going to be the same exact format. Shockwave still going to be as OP, think so, but not 100%. But again, I want to say thank you to Toronto Fortnite for having both me and Somebody's Gun, aka Taylor, up here tonight. It was very, very fun. We got 2 more games to go. Wait, 2 more? Oh, yeah, 2 more games to go. Sometimes you get confused talking for too much, and when it's sometimes you get tongue tied. We've all been tongue tied before, and thank you to them. Shout out to Zowie for providing some parts of the prize pool today. We appreciate that. I know Toronto Fortnite appreciates that. I know the players appreciate that. I hope you guys appreciate that. If not, we need to talk an award pool as well. Do exclamation point award pool in the chat just so you can get to know what they are about and what they are doing for everything. They are an esports site that does brackets and all kinds of cool tournament stuff. An automated esport management system where you can set up tournament pages, brackets, matches, and more. Go to awardpool.com. Put the www in there if you want to, if you're, from the 90s and all. But awardpool.com, that's where you find all the information on them. Again, my name is Clay Sailing. This is Somebody's Gun. You can check us out on our social medias. I believe it's at Somebody's Gun on all his social medias, at Clay Sailing and at all of mine. We'd be appreciative. I know Toronto Fortnite would be if you check them out on all of theirs as well. I believe at Toronto Fortnite on all of theirs. And at Waves E Gaming, I believe, is on all of Waves's. But that one I'm a little bit fuzzy on. So you got commands in the chat there from Laura. I'm offended. www. Hey, look, I'm sorry. I didn't say it to anybody in particular. I'm from the 90s too. I didn't grow up in it. That's the difference. So thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. I know Taylor appreciates it. But now, we've got a little bit of a downtime. Two more minutes. Who's gonna pick up the dub, Taylor? Who's gonna do it? You can't pick ECB anymore. No more. All
right.
No more
making
ECB.
it difficult.
Who's picking the dub?
Gotcha. All right. Well, based on that last game, it seemed Colorful Lyricin, I think they're playing with Sunny, was starting to get it together. These guys, had a tough first game, played a little bit better the second game, and then we saw them. They're looking for height. They're looking to make plays to win the game because there becomes a time, when do I stop going for the next placement and when do I try and go for the win? These guys are trying to make plays to win the game, and that's more than, a lot of the teams just trying to play down below, just trying to stay alive. So I would like to see these guys make a play for high ground, make opportunities to give themselves openings, maybe hold a hunting rifle, make a snipe on high ground. And, thanks to Word Legend, we're going to see it all. They do a wonderful job for us, and just got to throw a shout out to them for allowing us to do, again, the easy job, chilling. Thank you, Clay. I know he said he was appreciative. I'm going to throw out my own appreciation. I'm having a blast here on this cast here with you today, Clay, and just thankful for the opportunity with Toronto Fortnite and Waves Gaming for putting on this tournament, to reaching out to me, allowing to build my casting ability, trying to make it work here for you guys, and I hope you're enjoying it.
I am as well. I believe the games are starting up here soon, looking at chat and all. I believe we're going to hop into game number 4 here momentarily. I want to know in chat who you think is going to pick up the victory royale. The game did just start, so we'll hop in there momentarily. But who's taking it home? Noisy, who's taking it home? Azian, who's taking it home? Brian Clare, who's taking home the dub? I want to see who you think is going to take home game number 4 as we hop into the
Clay,
battle.
You keep asking these questions, but we got to hear what you got. Who are you picking to win this game?
I'm going to go with Acreon.
Nice. Give
Cabbages on top. Cabbages on top.
Him and his team were making plays. They were having that ability to, pick up elims. So hopefully they put it all together here this game and come out on top. something we saw last game. The authority was uncontested, but doesn't matter. We're going right to rig. We're going to that spot that gives you an automatic care drop with that pad and at least a purple or gold weapon. It's a great way to start the game, but Crafty, Rexy, and Aries are not in that same great position to start the game. Two of them quickly go down. Crafty's left all alone. Now we're going over to Blasian here at the authority. For the first time, we're seeing this contested by two teams. They likely saw that nobody landed authority last game and now are trying to take advantage of this. Blasian now has that loot from, I believe it's Jules. No, I think it's Jules. I don't know the best of my ability. Not a huge name person as far as, you know, the characters in Fortnite go. Don't ask me. Don't quiz me on who's what. But we see Blasian jumping in. He's making plays, trying to take over, and he does. The whole trio is wiped. We see Blasian take down that squad. He's going to be able to get one of his teammates up. I don't know if they were able to pick up the card for Shameful. Either way, if they are, there is a free reboot van waiting outside for them to welcome their teammate back into the game. These guys now in a wonderful position. They're going to go grab that vault loot, going to walk away with another pad because we see one here on Blasian already. He's in a great spot. They're going to get the reboot here, then go pick up that vault loot. Now we're trading over here to the Steamy Stacks. We saw this engagement last time. This is now a little bit, it looks like a different team. We have people jumping around. There might be three teams here, and it looks like there is. Three different teams engaging here in the Steamy Stacks. There's really not even too much loot for one of them, but they're going to try and split it three ways, or someone's going to decide who gets the loot as they're going to battle it out. Now, it looks like Beast and Elixir are chilling in the stack, waiting, not trying to make a play here. They don't really need to do anything. They can hop up on top and get out of here if need be. But we see Mazer CRR, Mazer Kazui. These guys are in here, as well as Sunnertime. Now trying to push into Elixir. Beast is up above, and now here comes this battle.
Mason with 7 builds, though, making an interesting play. Kai hits 200, just out of builds, is actually going to just give that player up and essentially let him rotate out because he thought someone was coming on top of him, but they've disengaged, and this is a very weird fight that's happening here, all on different fronts. As I his 200 is away, as Delay is away, Turtles is trying to come through as well. Everybody on different sides and different stacks as Kaizen going down. Beast is going to get, Beast is going to get eliminated there by Kaizen. Delay is going to find Elixir there on top, multiple different players there. This guy hits 200 is going to be back there with his teammate. Delay not trying to get involved. Doesn't really have builds to go for the black side. Doesn't really have the knowledge as well as the crash pads are coming in. New team coming in as well. Shots coming through from behind. This guy's Dewey there from behind. CR going to take him down. Kai hits 200 is going to go down. Delay is going to dance on him, but then I think there's got to be a team above them. They got to be careful about that. As you see, Eisen there as well. Not too sure what we see happening. We're actually going to switch off of this and go to a different POI for the time being. And I think, not too sure if what I'm seeing on my screen as we go over to see if ETB and company were contested, and they were. ETB, Frist, and Dalcy are going to be on 3 eliminations already, and they have so much more to find.
Rianne, Brad, and Straw Hat Charlie now jumping into an engagement. Wherever these guys go, it seems like the battles follow them. They can't get lazy to themselves. They can't get the yacht to themselves. I don't know where they landed this past time, but they have one elim, so it looks like it's a 2-on-3. Able to grab this wall, continuing to pressure this one player. They're trying to catch him out alone. He does so. Big shots coming through. Cracks this player. Now going to take the left-handed peek on the Yoon. Gets that elim. Now going to look for this last player. It's Nate Claire. He does take the cone, looking to make plays. Down goes Nate Claire. Nice flick shot there by Rian. These guys clean up this engagement, and you know, it seems the battles just follow these guys wherever they go. There appears to just be something about them where teams like to continue to push. Now we're going to check out some other POIs. This is some of these southernmost mountains. We have radiated silver, as well as stretch fan. Daniel's taking the high ground. He's taking shots. We have Acri and the big bow. Now more tags coming through onto Taha. These guys trading some tags. Daniel takes a shot, but he's got that slurpfish. Not that big of a deal. Now we're going to build battle. He drops down. His teammates aren't with him. He doesn't want to take this engagement by himself. This is all him.
It is as he gets away. Stretch Train going to be pretty low. He's actually going to go down, and that was perfectly played by Daniel. He built up to go down and get that elimination. More shots are coming through. Akrian and Sparebow looking to try to find other players. Tafa down there, separated. They're all going to start to come in. The snipe going to come through. Akrian is going to hit it there on the Radiator Silver. What a huge play. And now everybody's starting to come in. Daniel can't see, but yet he can get that elimination. And now sitting on 3, they're looking to make their way at the top of the leaderboard. Throwing a little BM on top of it as well. Pulling out the controller. We'll see all 3 healers, though, going over to Daniel, who played it so well.
These guys now looking to knock down this build. They're looking to get some easy elims. They don't want to allow this fight to continue. Actually, I think they're just looking for the loot. They don't want to bother building all the way up there. They're just going to let this loot fall down. It's going to rain loot from the sky. I mean, who doesn't want that to happen? Paperclip and his squad are now going to sneak these players. Big shots come through. CRR goes down right away. Kaizui now with the Mazer in front of his name, taking shots. Go down he goes as well. Now the final player is trying to make himself last as long as possible. They're going to shake this player, get tons of information, then likely scoop up the final elim. Acorn's making plays by himself. Not the best to be doing this all alone. I don't know what's happening to Acorn. He doesn't appear to be with his teammates here. Oh, it looks like he got back. Sutter Time gets sniped. He's now taking big tags. He has no builds. He goes down as well to the big nappy. Another team looking to push this hill. This is where all the fights are going on. I talked about Straw Hat Charlie, Brett, and them. They were the engagements. No, now it's this hill. This hill is where all the action's going on. Paperclip's looking to get in this box. He grabs the wall and the cone, tries to trade shots with him, but no. The other player gets the best of this. He doesn't even realize that this player has his wall. Down goes Paperclip. What a play by him to grab that wall, chase him while he's falling down. Now Nico's trying to grab and help his teammate. Paperclip all by himself in the elim feed. Clay, take it away.
Eisen is still alive. Delay gonna go down there. Nico playing this so well. The 2v3, but they're not playing it like it. Eisen very, very low. We'll see if he's gonna be able to make the edit play there. As Nico not getting too aggressive, just trying to get what they got out of the elimination and drop it for his teammate there for Paperclip. That's gonna come on through. Unfortunately, my bad there. Paperclip actually gonna be down. A Marauder is somehow involved in this fight, and I'm not sure how they got in here. They are well out of their comfort zone. Acorn gonna go ahead and pop that big shield. Nico trying to look for something. The cabbages were there. That's gonna come through. Nico not gonna be able to capitalize. Turtles is trying to run away. Let's see if he's turtly enough for the Turtle Club to edit's gonna come through. Nice control there over all that grid space. Shots coming through. Kaizen gonna get one pump from behind. That's the charge. My apologies. Is Turtle down on the other side. Charlie coming in to a fight as well as Acorn trying to make something happen. Turtles trying to run away. There is another player here. They need to get involved. I think this actually may just be Marauders, but they're all running from it. They do end up picking up the elimination, and that will be great for them if they're able to even possibly go for the reboot. As ETB, Christ, and Outsea are now in a fight here outside of Misty Meadow. Seems like they pushed it. Dash to take down Straw Hat Charlie. There's 3 different teams here on top of them. Charlie Splashes will be popped, maybe a little bit wasted there, but we're able to count how many they threw as Brad is going to take down Dash. Keep our eyes here as this is a team that's more than likely in first place. As Shockwave going to come on through. ETB going to go for the high ground take like he always does. As now builds coming through, they're trying to control everything that they can and not try to go down too far, but Daniel can't see down below. We saw them clutch up earlier. See if Daniel can do it again. This is Akrian and Sparebow as well. That's going to go through. Sparebow going to get blocked on off. Actually going to block himself off. They're not trying to make too big of a play, so they need to edit on just one player by himself. Daniel going to get tagged up pretty low. Akrian and Sparebow need to make a play. They need to do it quickly because they're quickly running out of time. As builds are not theirs anymore. They're losing advantages. They can all edit onto this one player. They should have. They're taking the trade there as edits are going to come through now in favor of ETB. That's going to go through. They're continuing to lose HP on the side of Akrian's team. And I called them out. I said I want the Cabbages to win. And I don't think they are going to get out of this situation unless they make a very good play with the third party. It's going to help them out here. ETB going to get dissuaded right now. Is Fairbo going to make a nice hit? And that's what they need. They need to push off of something there as RPGs need to be coming in there. I believe there was Shark going to be nearby. My apologies there. This fight taking a long time. Shark going to come through there onto ETB. Does have that shockwave, continued pressure from the other side. Builder there, he's shockwaving through, trying to find one. Frisk down pretty low. This fight taking a long time, and whoever walks away from this is going to have to deal with a third party. We'll see if ETB and company decide to disengage here.
Yeah, we see the zone now starting to move. Neither of these teams want to be in this position, but it's too late. They've invested too many mats, too much shield, too much health, too much time to just walk away from this engagement now. We see the teams, or at least Frisk, ETB, and the Big D are split. The whole build starts to appear to come down a little bit, and now we're trying to figure out how do we get out of this engagement. Can we get an elim because mats are running low, the shields are running low, and we even have a third party now sitting on top of the hill watching these guys. The Shark's trying to get involved. He wants a piece of this action, and the spray continues. Daniel, the Big Bow, getting forced by two different layers, by ETB and the Big D. They're able to grab a piece. Down goes the Big Bow. Nice grab of that wall and the elim there by the Big D. Now looking for the final player. He's able to sneak out of here with a launch pad. Doesn't mean they're not going to chase. ETB is not in a great position here, though. He's only about 60 HP. Gonna need to make a play to get in zone because he can't sit here and take it. There's nothing left in his inventory to heal him up.
He's got to be careful. You saw him try to wait for his teammates to get past him so he could shockwave himself into zone. This is going to allow them a different layer of pressure. Lucy here trying to keep up there on top of them, but continued pressure from all different angles is going to cause them to get separated a little bit. Leroy there, as Chris is actually going to go down there to Tyson. Shots come through. ETB has actually decided to disengage. Akrian going to go down here to Tyson as well. Daniel can't see last remaining member here for the trio, and Tyson decided, hey, I've got these Chug Splashers. I'm good. Going to get the elimination on to Frisk. And decided, you know what? I've got Chug Splashers. I'm going to sit in zone. I'm going to wait. ETB is still alive as well as the Big D, but they're very, very worse for wear here. They're going to have to find something quickly. As bonus hit, Ryan actually going to get a pickaxe onto that player. Don't know who it is there, but damage coming through nonetheless, and it's being very aggressive here today. You see already 8 eliminations here this game. Nice piece control there. I know Balo said it's retired, but there's no other way to talk about what he just did other than piece control. He's getting run around there. Shots coming on through. Now finally going to connect there onto them. Continued pressure here from Ryan. Trying to make something happen here. The reload is going to come through there on it. As Brad going to get tagged up there. Charlie is pretty healthy as well. We'll see. So Nero is going to be able to get out. So it is Nero and Scab there. Shots going to come through. Rion going to be in a bad spot. Shots are going to come from outside. Grenades are coming in. Charlie is going to go down. And you hate to see the perfect nade, but it's none other than colorful. Clearson and Sunny coming in at the right time. So you got to be careful. Rion's walls are pre-edited. At nice builds to get him out for now, but I don't think he's going to be able to stay alive. Nice piece control onto Colorful, but Colorful is going to make it seem like he's got the advantage, and no. Rion is going to be able to get out yet again. There's so many players involved in this fight. There's 3, 4, maybe 5 different teams here as Rion trying to disengage here with Bread. They want to try to keep their game alive and try to climb their way up to the top of the leaderboard.
Everyone's trying to get involved in this action here. We see tons of elims coming through by this just single location as Lyrison and Colorful and Sunny pick up one of them. They were able to get that grenade kill onto Charlie earlier, but no, down goes Sunny. The spray comes through, not able to hold the wall for long enough. They have to be careful. Now Nero is throwing grenades in. These guys are now on the opposite end of grenades. And Colorful gets tagged. He goes down. Down goes Lyrison. These guys are now quickly out of the feed. There goes my prediction for this game, and you know, now we got to choose somebody else, but this fight is not over. There's more players left in this lobby. Everyone now has seen those grenades in the feed. They hear all the fights, and here comes some more action.
RPG is being picked up. Turka gonna get some eliminations here at the gas station. That's gonna be on a paperclip. Shots coming through. Turka I'll try to make something happen. Daniel can't see on the other side, so in this fight, but I don't know how in it he is. Turka trying to find him out. Zone is coming in. This is going to push players out. His builds are all there. As you see Turka just going through old ones. Nico just on the other side. Edit going to come through. Peace control is there, but he actually doesn't get the one crucial wall that he needed to get the elimination. As more shots are coming through, chunk splashers are being popped. There's a lot of players in zone. They're going to start to look at them, and they got to be careful, able to scoot their way in on the edge of it. But for the time being, to continue pressure here onto Nico. He's trying to run away, trying to make something happen. Crafty's going to go down there to Tyson. Shots going through. He's trying to get in, but Nico gonna get deleted as Trentman, Turka, and Kazui. Absolutely no wavering there for them.
Yeah, these guys are playing pretty well today. Understand how to take an engagement together, push a single player, and then end a fight quickly. Because the longer this goes on, as we just saw, the more chaos that ensues. The longer you have to, push players and continue fights, the more people that are going to see that and want in on this action. Now look at this. This is all that loot that just fell into this small little area from engagement after engagement that happened right next to and under this bridge. These guys now are on the receiving end of all of that loot. I don't even know if they participate in this. They only have one elim, but they're going to be the benefactors of this either way. They have decided, all right, I'm going to box up on this, and then they drop down and see, oh, there's like 4 or 5 stacks of minis right there. You can't ask for more than that. These guys, wonderful positioning. 29 players remaining. We see people start to begin to get in the zone, and ETB and the Big D are still alive. They're still in it. They're getting some placement points right now, but the issues are going to be, you have to stay alive without any extra heals. These guys are shambles positions. The mats are terrible. Luckily, it's not as stacked as the previous games, but that still doesn't mean the lobby can't decide it. It's now their turn.
As Chicken is going to take down Tai Plays, who is actually Tai took down Chicken there. As Chicken is trying to get revived there, they're trying to make sure that does not happen. His rig is going to get sniped from Down C, who, no doubt in my mind, is going to be near the top of the leaderboard after the end of this game. They're showing, and even without Chris, they're able to make things happen. They do still have the mythics in their inventory. I believe Dowsey with the mythic shotgun here. Daniel can't see, still alive. We have Caesar, Blasian, and their teammates still up as well. We have Sharkman up as well. A lot of players that are up near the top of the leaderboard are still alive. I believe we did not get the last game's leaderboard. We're going to try to get this game's leaderboard finished as soon as we can after the game finishes. That way you can see where you are going into the final game. The zone is going to pull away from Down C and ETB. They have a hard trek to go through. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different teams they got to go through, and they've only got one shockwave launcher to do it with.
And these guys are going to have to learn to navigate this very quickly and carefully. The builds, the mats, not in the position to be able to do so however they want to. They've been in much better positions. Now let's see how they can play this on the opposite end of the spectrum. Can they play both shambles and play when they're ahead? We know they can do the second one, but haven't seen them do the first. We see Scrady now getting in the zone with his teammates. Everyone's moving relatively quickly. The launch pads are coming through, trying to get tags on the Nappy, unable to connect. We see an engagement. There's Leroy, Apollo. This is a perfect third party for these guys, but it's slowing down. They don't seem to be continuing that engagement. Everyone's deciding the layers that they now get. Nappy, Jewish are going to be going above. Leroy and squad now chilling below. ETB trying to get into zone here. He's one tag away from going back to the lobby, or at least down into the revivable position. We see now Walsh trying to get into zone. Looks like these guys are going to be holding the edge. ETB able to get some heals off. Looks like they found something. Maybe a possible elim. No, likely probably just minis left over from one of these engagements that have gone on all over. 25 players are remaining. Not many players were eliminated in this previous zone. We see a mat split here. These guys are trying to make sure that everyone's in a good position. They own a lot of space here. Uh-oh, more nades coming through. We've seen how dangerous these could be. Turka, Trentman. Oh, it does come through. Turka goes down. Trentman's trying to hold off this fire, but no RPG fire comes through. They need to just give this up, and they do. Oh no, they decide to go back and try and get the loot. That was a bad play by Trentman. He needs to understand everyone is looking at this loot. The loot is like a bright light, and bugs are now all spraying at it. ETB, they are shambles. They need to get this loot. But just like we spoke about before, the loot is not theirs. Everyone is looking at this. Zone is now beginning to move. This is first moving. These guys are looking to make plays, and look who it is up on high ground. Dowboys, Justin, and the Big Shark. These guys are poised to take this game with our caddy team in shambles. We see them trying to rotate here. They do take some more tags. They are only white health, but Zewish and Tyson are now trying to make plays for their own high ground. Getting sprayed by the Big Shark, Justin and Dowboys. Good play by them to pressure them, but not enough to prevent them from taking the high ground. Tyson, Zewish continuing to push for that height. Big Shark, Apollo, they're trying to push for their own height. Leroy now pushing on the back end of this high ground. These guys are holding height. We see this game continuing to push forward, box by box, build by build. These guys are moving forward. Dowboys no longer on high ground. Leroy, Tyson, and Zeus holding it all to themselves, playing multiple different heights on multiple different layers. This is how you have to combat the caddy launcher. Now we're checking in with Nero. He is battling it out, taking the peppers. They have the RPG. They were one of those teams that were pressuring this before.
And you see him pop the peppers only to launch, but actually going to land on top of ETB. That shockwave launcher in the inventory got a little bit too excited there. And, you know, that's so good there for them. They were towards the top of the leaderboard, I believe 7th place coming into this game. Now looking to try to capitalize and get that first place victory royale. Chicken is alive. He's being shot by a taco right now. As Dowsey is going to go down, so ETB and company have all but been eliminated. Zewish here with that harpoon, with the AUG in his inventory, trying to make stuff happen. Stink bombs going down. Dowboys, Justin down below as well. Shots coming through, but they're running out of match. They need to be careful. The single tarp out is very, very dangerous. They're actually not connected. Luckily enough, second height is really, really close. Rapid is actually looking to take it. He has a solo, not too sure. The zip line there. If somebody wants to get cheeky with it his own. Pulling back to the north, they have to be careful. They are going to start to run out of match. We see only 2 builds there. Nevify, though, on the bottom side. Dowboys is going to get the wall there. They're actually going to get back, and Nevify edits his teammate down. Now calming it seemed like at that point the walls not going in their favor. Nevify with that shockwave launcher in hand. Shots they're going to come on through here. Shockwave going to go through. He's trying to get anybody that he can in his own. Nevify makes a really bad error there, and he gets caught up. And everybody's zone is actually going to go try to take high ground there. I'm not sure what the play was, but the shockwave launcher not being used, probably unfortunately going down. And Tyson going to be the one to do it.
These guys now holding the high ground. They've been doing so since the first moving zone. In a great position here. Not a ton of builds, but they have that caddy shotgun. They saw the launcher go down. That's not going to be their issue. Pressuring players down below. Big tags coming through for Tyson. That player's likely going to go down the storm, or another player remaining. Now, Death trying to hit this med kit as quickly as possible. He's trying to avoid that death that's coming right behind him. That's called the storm. We see Tyson pressuring from up above. These guys getting caddy launched out. Oh no, that is back in play. They need to watch out for that. Now sitting in a cone, great play to avoid the caddy launcher. That was really smart there by Tyson. He now hits a big shot onto Dowboys. Down he goes. Oh, but he gets thrown into zone. Now he's trying to heal it up. He might have launch pads in order to get back in the zone. He needs to look for plays, trying to use those splashes. Now we switch back over to Death. Death looking to make the final play matter, trying to take it over.
And he is. Death with 62 HP can make it happen. A 2v1 shots going through. Death is hitting big ones. One gonna go down, two gonna go down. Death was able to do it. A clutch medkit came through for him, and he 2v1 for the 3 elimination victory royale. There's no way he was able to do it.
What a game. What a game. These guys just showing us anything can happen. We saw the launcher shift hands multiple times that game. Death popping the medkit, able to stay alive, taking high ground at the right moment, and then, clutch it up a little bit, showing himself off on the stream, on the big screen, making sure everyone knows, hey, guys, I am someone to watch out for within this tournament.
Wow. That was pretty insane. He popped a med kit. Moving Zone had 10 HP, able to take high ground and pick up the victory royale. Only 3 eliminations, though, so don't know where that's going to put them in the grand scheme of things. But nonetheless, a very, very good game there. Saw the shockwave in the zone really, really messed up the team there on high ground as we've seen it. Again, I want to point out ETB and company did not get first. They did not win the game. They were contested a little bit after spawn. And the question is, will their lead get cut into? Or do they have too much of a lead for it to be a worry?
Yeah, they were only able to make it to about 20 players remaining. I don't know exactly where that falls on the standings or like what position they fell. They should be all right, based on their ability to get eliminations. They won 2 games. There is a team, though, like Justin, I believe it was Justin, Dowboys, and I can't remember their third. I apologize. But they were able to consistently make the end of these matches, and we see another one. They must have been at least top 5 that game. So those guys are going to be up at the top of the leaderboards. We know they can get elims. I would watch out for those guys if they can make a push in this final match.
I would as well. Again, one more game to go. Code has been given out. This is the last game, so join up. Not join up. That's not a word. Not germing anything here. Join up. Get in the game. Get the last game
Clay.
going. I want to say one more time.
Clay, you're a
Thank
caster.
you so
You can
much.
make up words.
That's true. I can make up whatever I want. I'm not making this up, but Zowie, shout out to them for providing part of the prize pool today. The mice, mouse pads, and bungees. That goes to first, second, and third, respectively. And then, of course, shout out to Award Pool for everything. The exclamation point Award Pool will give you the link that you need to go check out. Awesome. They organize tournaments. They've got brackets. They've got such a good website and interface there for you. Very user friendly. You can also check out me and Taylor on all of our social medias at Clay Sailing for me and at Somebody's Gun for Taylor. Not Taylor, Somebody's Gun. Just Somebody's Gun. You see it in the chat. Again, shout out to Waves for partnering with Toronto Fortnite. And shout out to Toronto Fortnite for bringing me and Somebody's Gun on. We appreciate it. I hope y'all are appreciating it. And shout out to War Legend. I know there's a lot of shout outs. Oh, we got one more too. Shout out to War Legend for producing it. That's Paul back in the background as well, helping out. And then shout out to you for watching. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All those shout outs well deserved, though, Clay. Lots of people to thank. These events take a lot of effort. Fortnite's a huge game. Most lobbies that we see, League of Legends or CSGO, those are much smaller. There's a lot that goes into making a Fortnite event work. So Paul, the guys from Toronto Fortnite, Waves Gaming, all putting together some awesome work to allow this event to go on. The players putting on spectacles for us to allow just to sit back, watch, and enjoy this. Put on the plays, make some brilliant efforts, and we're down to the last game. It all comes down to this. I'm pretty sure the leaderboards are pretty close, so it really comes down to this last lobby as to where the top 3 are going to finish. ETB, Frist, and Doubt C, they're likely going to end up top there, but who knows? They could wind up losing that initial spawn fight, and everything could change quickly for them.
It could change at the drop of a hat, and that's what we love about Fortnite. That's what we love about competitive Fortnite, is that it could all of a sudden go in anybody else's favor. Anybody else's, making a play like Death. Right? Death made that play absolutely insane. Again, if you want to know how to see the leaderboard, we will show it to you in the middle of the next game. Unfortunately, with the way Mayhem does work, it takes a little bit to get updated. We try to stall as much as we can just so you can see it updated, so you can see everything there, but not going to be updated. The game will start here soon. Game is going to start in approximately 2 minutes. So you know what's happening here. Again, this is the last game. We will get you guys into it as soon as possible. I want to know what you guys think about the games. Have you been enjoying them? Have you been loving them? Have you been enjoying them? If you don't say yes, what are you doing?
And Clay, just a little note here. So in today's Cash Cup, we had two players that placed in the money today. Both Frist and Tretman placed in the money today. Funny enough, Frist finished in 12th, Tretman right behind him in 13th. So let's see if they can change it up. Is Frist going to finish right above Tretman again today? Is he going to hold that spot? You talk about storylines. I'm throwing one at you here. We have some little storylines, some possible, revenge for hitting that extra elim or whatever it may be that got Frisk that extra spot and maybe a little more money than Trentman today. He can win it right back here by winning this final match.
I did not know that, and that's very, very good to know. And I believe Frisk, a very, very insane player. I believe it. I believe everybody here is the same player. Even Silver out there showing up. I got faith in them to pop off of this last game. We are going to start about 1 minute, and then we are going to get into the next game. We want to stare at our faces any longer than you already have to. I know I'm too beautiful. You don't want to see me no more, but you got to just a little bit longer. I want to see who is everybody's top three in chat. I see Noisy is talking about top three, but not putting out their top three. The game has started as well, so we're going to hop in here momentarily. Team TFC, let's go. Y'all got this last game. I believe that's Yoon, Nate, Claire, and Silver. Let's see if they come out of Craggy alive this time and make it to the end game, but they have a couple times. We'll see. Taylor, who's your top three right now? In no particular order. Who's your top three?
So, obviously, we have the caddy team, ETB, Frist, and Doubt C. Then we have Sharkman. I believe it was Sharkman, Justin, and Dowboys were one of the teams that I talked about earlier. And we know Trentman, Tekra, I believe it is also up there with his trio. So those are my top three. Let's throw it up there in the chat, and we're ready to hop into this next match here, Clay.
We are ready, and we're hopping into game number 5 of Toronto Rivals with Waves Gaming. Last game up for grabs. You see the battle bus coming over from northwest into southeast there, right over the top of Misty Meadows, finishing it off. And I think I see a lot of arrows directed at Caddy Corner. We may have an engagement off of our hands. We see 3-4 teams at Authority as well. Gotta wonder where our first place team, well, I can only assume going into this game, ECB, Nautsy, and Frisk, we're gonna hop on board with them right away. I believe they were actually overcome by 3 points by Sharkman, Justin, and Dowboy. So they have a lot riding on this game. As the big bow gonna come in. Acreen and company are gonna make their way in. Roy is gonna go down, as you see in the feed. Players landing on top as well. ETB only going to get a pistol here. Not going to be able to do much with that. But this high level, it's going to be great. Fairbow is going to go down there to a henchman. Henchmen are being scanned here inside of Caddy. This is the main building where all those henchmen patrol. You all know it. We've all landed here time and time and again. Dash down here. E-boot, I believe, going off as well on the outside. Dash trying to make something happen here with his teammate JC, but not going to happen as Aries and Crafty and Rexy all going to come through. Aries going to go down. Rexy is going to go for the shot, but was a little bit too egregious with that. Now they're going to go down. So Authority, just a haven for chaos right now. Dash is unfortunately going to go down. Caesar and Blasian's team capitalizing there on that. JC trying to make their way on in. To the top left is Dowsey and company. Blasian and company to take down the Authority team. And Sparebow is going to be able to pick on up. Dowsey and company now rotating in. I don't believe they actually ended up getting it. Grenades are coming in. This is going to be big grenades there onto Sparebow. Dowsey with a huge knock there. Will maybe turn into an elim. Shockwave going to come through. Acrean and Daniel are just going to disengage. They've decided to go away. But ETB says, not so fast. I've got peppers, and I know what to do with them. I'm going to chase you down. He knows Acrean's to the right. He knows the Shockwave's to the left. Acrean is currently playing as a solo. They're just trying to keep this team from having the caddy launcher.
Yeah, we see teams be aggressive like this and go after the caddy launcher. ETB's trying to chase him down, but he's so far gone. He's left his teammate, likely not going to be coming back. Now we're switching over to our previous game winner, Death, at Holly Hedges. There's some action going on. There's a team up above him. His two teammates are with him. It looks like this is a 2v3 situation. Death and his squad has the advantage. Now they're up above, and welcome to Fortnite. There are Marauders on the backside of this fight, throwing rockets onto this team on height. You can't do anything. Oh, and Zero gets sniped by a Marauder. Oh, you hate to see it. Now, Death trying to jump in the box. He's looking to get in. Now slowing down. Doesn't realize that he could also get sniped by a Marauder as well. You gotta pay attention. Those Marauders are sneaky. We've seen them hit shots as far as like 700-800 meters in the air, but these guys weren't even that far away. Have to be careful. Does box up this player. Waluigi able to get the Elim onto that player. Now looking for the final. Oh, he does take some fall damage. Doesn't realize he hadn't had a floor out there to go grab, but his teammates are able to scoop that up. Death ending that Elim, and just a little quick dance. Let him know who won that fight.
Death looking to bring home back-to-back victory royales. Now, I believe the leaderboard, again, was updated there in between the games. So Sharkman, Justin, and Dowboy are in first by 3 points. Reminder, over Dowsey, Frist, and ETB. And third is Ketsui, Urka, and Tripman right now with 134 points. Second is 159, and first is 162, as you see it right there. Again, that in your top three and four, relatively four right now is what you want to see. Again, victory royale is worth 40 points, so they could get up there into the top. We do see ETB going to pick up an elimination, so Nevify, Nero, and Strayed do have the opportunity to make things happen. Blasian and company here inside in 7th place currently do get the grappler and that drum gun in control of the vault. This drum gun, though, don't know if it's in their inventory, as we all know. And it's not as good as Midas's. It's kind of a knockoff version, maybe found it in the flood after, but just all of a sudden, very, very bad mythic weapon there. But this team looking really good. We'll need a very good game to get them to the top of the leaderboards. About 60-point game here for them. So 20 elimination victory round. Very easy to make it happen. They just eliminate half of the lobby here, Taylor.
Oh, they could do that no problem. I get 20 elims like once ever in my career. So they could easily do it. You know, they're much better than I am. Now we see Isolate, Bukti, and B-Man. They want a part of this action here in the caddy corner, but that doesn't matter. The actual caddy team doesn't actually appear to be here. We see Isolate now building up. He's getting contested. That looks like the Big Nappy trying to contest him. Isolate cranking up above. Now able to take high ground. B-Man able to support his teammate. The Big Nappy now patting away. He doesn't want any of that sauce. He decides, I bit off more than I can chew. Now relaxing. We don't see ETB and his squad here at caddy corner. They've likely gone elsewhere. Now Apollo is shambles. Not very much HP left. Bukti's trying to get a couple shots off on him. Cannot connect. There's a few teams now in this area. Everyone's starting to congregate here. The zone is in this area too, so it's not like they have to worry about that. Now jumping onto this player, trying to grab the builds. We see he is stuck in a corner. You cannot build behind you because the vault is right there. So if they can go ahead, grab all three of these sides. He does crack this player, trying to hit that shot. The white charge shotgun does enough damage, and now they're going to shake him down, look for some more elims to follow. There does appear to be an engagement going on the opposite side of caddy. Almost looks like there's 3 whole teams part of that, trying to figure out who's going to walk away with this loot. Apollo still in no better position than we saw him before. Isolate, putting shots onto this third party now. We see another pad get dropped. Nappy's just throwing pads left and right, and he gets beamed by Frist. Frist needs to be careful because Bukti's right there, but gonna try and shake him, not gonna get it in time. Colorful, Lyricin, and Sunny have gotten quite a few elims in the feed since I've started talking here. These guys have been popping off, and just as I say that, we see Colorful, Sunny, and Lyricin all go down. I just curse them. That is a caster curse. I feel bad about that, but hopefully they were able to get enough elims to make a name and push themselves up the leaderboards. Now we see continuing engagements. ETB has to get careful. Shredded down by that SMG, but Buckty quickly runs into the other teammate, not in a position that they want to be, but he is together with his teammate. The health isn't great besides Beeman. These guys are now stuck down below, trying to figure out what's going on, how to make a play here. ETB, we see up above, continuing that pressure, able to get a tag in here.
They're fighting, especially around Caddy, because they think the launcher is here. As Big D is actually going to take down Isolate, but Nappy is going to get actually the elimination credit there as ETB now trying to get involved there with their teammate. Again, this is all for that launcher and that loop, but it was already stolen. Acri and company took it and ran. Now looking for elimination. This is really good for ETB and them because, again, they came down into this game down 3 points to Cartman, Justin, and Dowboy. And shots coming through. B-Man gonna get absolutely beamed there. ETB tracking perfectly through the build. Shotgun is gonna be charged up. Big Nappy gonna be on the other side. Is actually gonna steal the elimination there. Frisk is gonna take down Bugsy in the meantime. Big Nappy gonna get charged up. Shots coming through. ETB in his face and is gonna get the elimination as well. And this is looking very good for them. They're looking to make their name here today, and they're looking to stamp this tournament with it. They're saying, hey, you know what? We were down, but we're going to come into this, and we're going to just absolutely destroy everybody.
Now we check in what's going on with the Authority. We see a team rotating through here. This is Walsh, Baluige, and Death. These guys were able to win the last game. Now put themselves up the leaderboards. They're in a position where they could possibly jump up with another Elim and take one of those prizes. We know top 3 get a prize pool, and the placement points are everything. Elims are going to get you a few points, 1 per, but it's nowhere near the 40 points of a victory royale. Sharing some materials, just kind of figuring out the loadout, and we're not done here at Caddy Clay. It continues. The fight continues. Acrian tried to get back into this engagement with that shotgun. He's now only got 3 shots left in it. He does have the SMG to follow up, but he's all by himself up top here. He needs to get back to his teammates. They are appearing to help him from the other side. The Big D now getting shots, trading a little bit of damage, nothing significant. The cone comes in, gonna pressure. Down goes Acrian, a little more health. The big bow goes down as well. Spare bow goes down in the feed, trading shots. Frisk hitting all 3 of these guys, grabbing those elims. What a play by Frisk. We talked about him playing well in solos today, and he's keeping it up through this trio tournament.
And there's no reason there for them to fight. They've got the launcher and the goods. Get out and go. You don't need the loot from the vault. That's just greedy. Them wanting to try to prove a point that Caddy loot is OP are going to go down because of it. Rapid now moving very rapidly with that pepper popped, I believe. You see the steam coming out of his ears. Shameful is going to take down Chicken. And now Rapid trying to make the edit there on to Shameful. Shots coming through. Rapid going to be very low, trying to find a way out of this site. Maybe could launch pad, but for now holding tight as AJ F in. Gonna get tagged up pretty heavily there by Shameful and company as AJ is actually going to run away. So they're going to get it. Blasian up above. Let's see if Blasian is able to make that Valorant aim translate over to Fortnite. Not sure if it's the same one, but if it is, let's see if he's able to do it. His shots are going to come through. Rapid trying to dive, dip, duck, and dodge, but no, he is okay. Going to be able to make it out with 22 HP, but they're going to follow. They've got the grappler. He's got a pepper, though. He's going to be zooming on out of here. He's going to be able to make it. He's right behind him and says, hey, I may get a pepper, but I've got the grappler. I'm going to win that fight every single time.
Quick little emote afterwards. You know, everyone just out here having fun. This is Fortnite. It's a fun game to play with your friends. Now jumping in, checking out another team here. These guys control Lazy Lake. The zone is closing. We're only in zone 2. But 24 players remaining. Gem and his trio are trying to put themselves in a good position here, build way up, and then take a possibility of winning this game. If it does wind up getting turned over to these guys in Lazy Lake, they're going to be in a great position to push forward and win. But it all depends. It's all about the RNG. Is it in their favor? Now we turn over to Turka, Ketsui, and Shentman. These guys, one of the top 3 teams. They were in a perfect place to take over and win this game, to take first place. Regardless if they place well, they're going to walk away with a prize, but you know, as competitors, they want to walk away with the top spot. They want to win this game and show everyone they're the best. Again, that slight little nugget here. Trentman wants to probably finish above Frist, who did better than him in today's Cash Cup.
But they only have, I don't think they have a single elimination. And looking at Mayhem coming into this, they were only in the head by 3. We know ETB and company have more than 3 elims. So they need to really make up some serious ground here before they're able to even put up a competition, because right now, this is ETB, Frisk, and Downsea's run. Just up over 8 elims. 8 elims. So they were down by 3, up by 5 points right now. Downsea did, in fact, crash during their last game, so that is something you do not want to see. You see him standing right there. I think technically can count as an elimination point if someone comes through sneakily and gets it, but we're so far from zone, it's not going to happen. And it is really good for them. They are able to get all of his loot, though, now with the new mechanic of when you DC, your loot actually just drops and you don't have to wait for it. Very, very good mechanic now added. It sucks that they were disconnected, but you know, sometimes things happen in Fortnite. As you, Nate, Claire, and Silver are looking to get a little perfect nade on to Blasian and company.
Yeah, anywhere from that 58 to 72 range is where you're nadeable. You got to go in, practice in creative, get the feel for it, because it's not exactly easy. You got to get a feel for how what the angle is for 62. We're going to see Yoon and Nate Claire try it out here. Are they going to hit those nades? They are able to get them right on top, but not going to connect with any. That's a little unfortunate. You would hope to get those, and they get naded right back. Again, not going to connect. Nonetheless, going to spend their materials. These guys are in a decent spot here, on a good position in high ground in this third zone. 23 players remaining. We're already in the top 8, so tons of placement points came through already. Now we'll see teams decide, you know, how many elims do they need to try and win a game? Do they need to try and get the rest of this lobby in order to win? Or do you just play for the win, try and get that top 3? Because you still walk away with a Zowie Bungie, right? If you get first place, you get a little bit of cash. Second place is a little less cash, but everyone in the top 3 walks away with some gear as well. Trying to get there is important because, you know, we're competitors. You want to take this seriously from game 1 to game 5. Doesn't matter what position you're in. It should matter no matter what.
It does for Turka and company as they are down 5 points coming in to this end zone. Actually, so we see 9 elims there on ETB and company. So 6 points down. Placement are coming through, but they're running out of builds. They continue to stay here. Luckily able to get out. Turka, though, is being sprayed by everybody. His team really need to put some pressure back. They're not really doing much right here. The lobby is focusing on them. Turka does have those chug flashes. His teammate is going to go down. Katsui falling is going to be very, very detrimental there for them. They're going to throw him back. Turka looking a little bit lost there with that chug splash, just trying to keep his teammate alive. And no, Nero is going to find him. And Turka and Tremont now down a player, down 6 points. Now currently in the standings. It's going to be very bad here for them. They're going to have to make a very big play to make it to the top. They have to slay out and stay alive longer than ETB and Frisk. And the constant pressure from Nero, Nevify, and Scrade does not look that good. It's Silver right nearby as well. We'll keep our eyes there on them. And Blasian and company were towards the top as well. They need a miracle run. I don't think they've gotten 20 eliminations, but they may be able to get into that top 3 like somebody's gun talked about. You, Nate, Claire, and Silver, though. Currently, what was high ground, they'll have to rotate out, maybe waiting for the team down below to do it. You does only have a pistol and the attack shotgun. Not a bad combo. Attack going to be the main focus. They're not really able to swap to that pistol in close range fights, but doing really good, staying alive in this endgame.
Yeah, I do like to see the pistol, especially in trios. Sometimes you don't get enough AR ammo to have all 3 teammates run an AR, and instead of just simply running an SMG, you could have one player run that purple or gold pistol if you get one. It's obviously not going to happen every time, but it's a possibility, and it gives you some flexibility that you really look for, because you know when AR ammo is running short, typically you'll have a bunch of SMG. Now we switch over to Stretchfan, Ozzy, and Statics. These guys pressuring players in the air, looking for tags. Nate Claire takes a bunch, he gets cracked. Now his teammates following behind. Stretchfan looking for shots. Silver's out behind him, needs to build a little bit, and Silver goes down. You got to watch out for that. You likely look like she had the glider bug. That's going to be unfortunate.
Unfortunate indeed for going down, but St. Clair and Yoon able to carry the torch right now. Stretchfan, Ozzy, and Statics are going to try to get some pressure onto the grappler team of Blasian and company. As Zero, Straight, and Turka down there. Is still, they did make it in, so Turka and Tripman there. Chris and ETB there. Fluffy Donkey looking to get some shots here onto these players. Not sure. They already have damage onto them, looking pretty healthy on the side of ETB, but they're going to get a little bit aggressive here as the build's continuing to come out. Fluffy Donkey looking to try to get some sort of shots and piece control back over their favor. Very paranoid builds here from them. They're actually deciding to back up as Zone is actually going to pull towards them, and where they are currently positioned as ETB and company down on the low ground. 10 shockwaves left, and Nevify going to get aggressive. They spotted him out. This is a 3v2 situation. ETB need to stay alive. They really cannot afford to lose this fight, because if they do, it allows Tripman and company to get back into the fight. Tripman and Turka still in this game. Ozzy and company on that high ground. ETB looking for any sort of builds that they can to just really refarm and be careful, but this is going to be very, very close.
Yeah, it looked like Turka and Trentman were trying to make a play for high ground. Ozzy, Stretchfan, and Static said, nah, not this time. This is ours. We're holding the high ground this time. We want to walk away with this win. Now we see a great overview shot. Fluffy Donkey gets beamed from Trentman and Turka. Don't know who's going to be able to pick up that elim. He does get tossed there by Gem. Everyone is now spraying. This whole right side of our screen is just spraying through the left side while they all fight one another. Ozzy gives us a perfect perspective to see what's going on. He's being careful, knowing that you can easily get sniped, and you want to avoid that. That is really the only way they lose this positioning right now. We still have Death and Baluigi in our game, our winners from the previous match. They have a possibility to take over right now. Well, actually, I shouldn't say take over. They have a possibility to win this game and put themselves in a position to get top 3. We see Zone closing, Frist and ETB all the way down at the bottom of this house. Turka and Trentman right above him. These are two teams we want to watch. The two teams that are in contention for this top spot, right on top of one another. Trentman looking for tags. These guys are trying to pick up extra elims. We see they only have one at the time. Turka, Gem does go down there to Trentman. That's actually another point that goes through. Every single elim could be the difference at this point in the game, Clay.
And it's 4-point difference. Now they're making the gap back up. See Tripman looking to go for it there. His teammate calling him off a little bit with Zone coming in. He does have the chug splashes. He wants to get it. He saw a pad, and more chug splashes going to be there, but now he's going to get held out of Zone. Launchpad going to be used, and he's not able to get back to his teammate. They need to keep it up. Tripman going to take down Bala there as Tripman trying to find his teammate, and is going to do that again. They need to outlast and outslay ETB and Frisk in this end game, but ETB still has that shockwave launcher with a lot of charges left. That's coming on through ETB and Frisk here. Looking to try to launch pad in. Late launch pad coming out from them, and that's going to be really good find right around. ETB actually going to get caught on their teammates. Build, need to be careful. Build's not going to connect, and ETB going to go down. Sir Caesar going to be the one to do it. Now Frisk has to carry them here towards the rest of this. If he's not able to make any plays, not able to get any more eliminations, it's going to cut off at 4-point lead right now. Frisk continuing to build on in. 93 builds remaining is on wood. We'll switch over to the hard maps now. Again, it's up to Turka and Trentman right now to stay alive. We swap over to Shameful Blasian and Caesar on the high ground. Frisk down below. Turka somewhere nearby. Frisk going to get tagged on up. Shameful putting the pressure down, and this is a very, very big amount of pressure coming through. This is for first place. If he goes down, this is going to change every little bit of standing. Turka and Trentman are still alive. Frisk needs to be focused if he's going to go down. The continued builds through all these old builds are going to keep all of them alive. This is where high ground is not that good. Going over old builds is so hard to spread out, especially when you have a legendary AUG, it's not as good as that AR that you could have grabbed, even being green, blue, uncommon, common, rare, whatever you want to call them, even if it's just a gray one. They still have been better right now than the AUG. We'll see, though. You're going to be able to make it happen as Chris is breaking his way down through these builds, making the path happen. He has to be careful of zone. Most of his favor, he's going to be in a good spot, and I don't believe it did. Is actually going to continue to pull away, but going ahead of zone. Shots coming on through. This player getting in. Stretch it. Go down very low. Aussie going to go down very low. Yoon going to take down one. No, Nate Claire going to take down one, but going to go butt down as well. They tried to make a play. They could not do it. Treadman right on the other side of these builds as well. Crashback going to be used. That is actually just going to be trapped in a weird animation there. Not sure what happened. Is Neverfied, Nero, and Straight, who were, I believe, in third place coming into this game, are looking really good as well. We'll see what happens. Treadman, though, is going to go down, and that's not good. Perka needs to stay alive here. Again, Frisk, I believe, still in this game as well. Stretchman going to go down. A lot of players swallowing right now. There's more Elims coming over through to Neverfied, Nero, and Scrade. Again, Treka there. My apologies, not all of a sudden just forgot how to say the man's name. Shots are coming through. Frisk is going to be on high ground. All of a sudden now with the shockwave, he's able to make something happen. As Turka is going to take down another player, and that's really big there for them. Frisk still alive, though. This could come down to the final Elim. Never gets Elim first. Frisk pretty low. Don't know what Turka's HP is. All of a sudden we'll see. He's able to make it out. Frisk, though, looking better. That's how the shield pops. Turka is going to go down, and I think that's going to be it. I think that's going to be a GG for Frisk, ETB, and company, unless this team on high ground is able to slay out with enough eliminations, unless Scrade and company are able to slay out as well. I think ETB, Frisk, and Dalcy are going to be able to claim first place here in the Toronto Rivals. As Frisk is just trying to make their way through the rest of this in-game, trying to stay alive as long as they can. Shockwave going to come through. He's trying to shockwave people off high, but the build's above. Frisk is going to have the high ground up. Basically 100 HP. Shot's going to come up through. He's going to get a nice tag there, but very, very low, and he does fall as well. The zone coming on in is going to be the last little bits remaining as people are fighting death down below. Neverfied going to fall there to Walsh and company. Is death. This 4 eliminations. His teammate with 2. Walsh on 0, but he's tarping him on in. Continued pressure from above. Shockwave launcher from above as well. Raid trying to get in his zone. Walsh, the only remaining member here for his team. He's trying to make something happen, but doesn't really have the HP to do it. Scrade is trying to make something happen as well. Shameful going to go down. Shot's going to come on through. And Scrade going to pick up the victory royale just by outliving their Neverfied. Nero and Scrade take the last game with 6 eliminations, but I don't think it was enough.
What wonderful play we had there to see this final game play out. Like, a couple placements determined the difference between the top team and the second place team. I'm 100% certain of that. And Frisk doing a wonderful job just to stay alive, give his team enough of a chance. They slayed out in the beginning. They had enough elims to give themselves a bit of a cushion. And, he's playing well today. Like we talked about, he played well in solos. These guys played well together here as a team, but they weren't the only team that played super well today. Scrady and his squad able to win that last game. Death, Walsh, and his squad able to come and almost win a second back-to-back game to come up and make a play for the top 3 spots at the end of the game. Clay, wonderful job finishing us out in that tournament. And, great play by these guys. I'm sure you enjoyed that.
I did. It was amazing. I'm gonna have to put a cough drop in. That's how hard my throat worked there at the end, but not as hard as they worked to get that victory royale. It was a crazy ending, and the leaderboards have not updated, but I still think my prediction will hold that ETB and company did edge him out. I was doing the math while casting there, right? They went in with 9 elims into that end game. The Turk and company had I couldn't remember how many. 2, so it's going to be very, very close. Sharkman, Dowboy, and Justin may be there as well, but I think it's going to go over to Down C, Frisk, and ETB, but we're going to wait for the leaderboards to be updated before we officially announce anything. But one more shout out to Award Pool and Zowie for helping out with this. Zowie providing that awesome prizing there, as well as Waves putting on, I believe, some of the rest of the pricing there in that cash terms. So shout out to them. Shout out to Award Pool, an automated esports manager system where you can set up tournament pages, brackets, and a lot more. Check them out at awardpool.com. I want to say thank you for hanging out. I want to say thank you guys for and hopefully enjoying it. I think y'all did. I think everybody really here liked it. Or if you didn't like it, I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm kidding. Of course I care. I love you. I'm kidding. Obviously, let us know what I could have done differently. What Taylor could have said differently. But be nice. If you come for our heads, I'll come for you. All right. If you're like, oh my God, Taylor, that was amazing. Yes. You're like, Taylor, you suck. You're terrible. I'm gonna come for you. All right. Don't say that. We positivity all around. All right.
Hey, Clay, I can handle
went
it.
off
If I
the rails
really
there.
did a bad job, please go ahead, tell me I didn't do a great job. But I think we held it down for these guys. I mean, just by your voice, it seems like you had a fun time tonight, just casting, having some wonderful spectating of Fortnite going on, and we get to see in a couple of minutes the leaderboards. We're letting Mayhem develop. And I want to give my own personal thank yous to everyone that put the event on. Clay for helping me along in tonight's event. You did a wonderful job. Waves Gaming for hosting it. Or Legend for making our job easy. And then, of course, Toronto Fortnite for also hosting in partnership with Waves Gaming. So thank you guys. Thank you to the players. And, everyone that spectated, fans, friends, family, whatever you want to call yourselves, just people who wanted to watch some cool Fortnite tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you indeed. And again, check out Somebody's Gun on all social medias. I believe at Somebody's Gun, SOMEBODYSGUN. I believe I spelled that right there on the fly. And my name's Clay Sailing. Just pretty easy. SAILYSCHLING. And you can find me on any social media. Find Waves on any social media as well. I believe at Waves E Gaming, as well as Toronto Fortnite at Toronto Fortnite on all social medias. I believe we are going to sit right here and wait for this leaderboard. We had the option to go be right back, but we're just going to hang out. We're just going to chat with you guys. If you played, what did you think? Did you enjoy it? How did you think about the point system if you were playing? Let's get the feedback going in the chat right now. Constructive. If not, I'm going to time you out. I'm not a mob, but I'll time you out.
Well done, Clay. Keeping us in check here. Great host. And, what do we got here in the chat? Loved Authority. Love the placements. Good format. That's good to hear. Some solid feedback. I think it worked well, too. The placements, we want to see these stacked end games. I know a lot of people, maybe W King is more flashy. It's more fun to watch at first. But to me, there's nothing better than seeing 50, 60 players in a tight zone, just trying to navigate through builds, navigate through the chaos that is endgame. And I'm sure a lot of the players would agree. We're right there. And this did not disappoint whatsoever from my perspective. Seems like chat's agreeing with us. Great job to anyone that played in this event today.
Yeah, and I'm going to shout him out. Shout out to Blasian, who was on Valorant for literally months and now is back on Fortnite playing. Don't really know what happened there, but maybe making the comeback that he wants there. We'll see what happens there. Didn't know if it was actually him or not playing. I was like, there's no way he is back on Fortnite, but yet he is. We'll see. Again, leaderboard's going to come through here any moment and we'll get it confirmed. Again, just waiting on Mayhem to update a couple things and then we'll shout it out. We will see. We will see what happens. Again, shout out to everybody that played and played legitimately. If you broke the rules, that's disappointing and I'm sad. But don't do it. Don't be one of those people that we had to remove mid-tournament. Be an adult. Even though you're 16, you still got to act like an adult. All right? There are times in life where you got to grow up a little bit earlier than you would have wanted, and this is one of them. So play by the rules. Come on. I mean, it's Fortnite. It's pretty easy to follow the rules and not break them. But shout out to everybody that played fairly and competed fairly. I like to, as always, give y'all your thanks because, Lord, there are a lot of y'all that are playing fairly. Again, we're waiting on the leaderboard. Who won last game? I need to go. Last game went over to Scrade and Death, I believe. Yes, I believe Scrade and Death.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
Scrady. I think Death was on a different team.
I think they're the same team. I'm like 97% sure. Oh, yeah. No, I was wrong. No, Scrade. Shout out to Scrade. Again, it's been a long night. I've been up for hours. Sometimes I make mistakes. Sometimes I say the wrong thing. You guys are all awesome. Y'all are all amazing. But yes, I think the leaderboard will be updated here very, very soon. Our admin is talking to us in the background. Yes, Scrade, Nev, and Nero picked up the dub. There you go. I'm glad you guys all enjoyed. Glad you guys all are hanging out with us. Yes, Death, I believe, ended up getting second place in that game, if I remember correctly. And waiting on confirmation of the final tally of everything. We don't want to announce the wrong winners, and then people think they won and got prizes and they didn't, and then we have to be like, oh, sorry, you didn't. And then, it'd just be awkward and uncomfortable. So we will see. Again, I'm literally in the mayhem clicking refresh. Like, I don't know if you can hear this. Ready? Wait. Can you hear it? Is it loud enough? I think you can hear it. I'm clicking that refresh button, just waiting. I think what we are going to go ahead and do, as Mayhem is taking just a little bit, is we're actually going to in the stream, we're going to call it, and they're going to announce it on their social medias just to make sure and validify everything. So I'm getting word that, yeah. So they said, let's do the stream and let's call it. And that's what we're going to do. So thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Taylor appreciates it. Check the social medias at Toronto Fortnite. Let's get it in the chat at www. This is for Laura. www.twitter.com/Toronto Fortnite. Check it out. Go follow, put the notifications on, spam Noti underneath the Twitter. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Taylor, got anything to say before we head off?
No, just thank you guys so much. I know you've plugged me, so I'm somebody's gun. One word. Thank you, Clay, for having me. Thank you, Toronto. Wonderful tournament. Hopefully, I can be back. You guys will have me back. Thank you so much, and we will see you guys. Awesome tournament. Have a great night. We'll see you guys on the other side when we do this again.
Have a great night. Bye-bye.